welcome to the World Cup Live Sports Show. I'm Clive Livingsworth to take you through all of the action. It's going to be an absolutely wonderful day today, tracking the 2022 World Cup. The groups have been drawn. We're set for everything. We have to go through the qualifying. We have to watch the first two rounds of matches. And then today, we will be taking in the final decisive matches from the group stage in the World Cup in Qatar. Which is actually short for cutting ball, in case you were curious. Very interesting little tidbit of information there. FM Wonder Kids, thank you for the 4 months.
Didn't you on Twitter last week?
I don't send feet pics, Wonder Kids. Thank you for asking, though. Side Real Messer, thank you so much for the Prime. Welcome to the Hammers. Daryl Thompson, thank you for the 18 months. Luke Master, thank you for the 5 months. My apologies for the lack of music and noise at the beginning of the stream. My mother called me and told me that it was not playing because I set up a new setting on my thing last night, and it, of course, had not reset this morning. Patientes, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Absolutely amazing. Brilliant. 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 Patientes, thank you for the 5 Capitano, Axa's Stat Line, FIFA United YouTube, and a Red Chaser. Red Dot Chaser. Welcome to Hammers. Enjoy the bacon, enjoy the emotes. Sally Barber, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Murph, thank you for the 6 months. Flippin', thank you for the year. And silver bacon and gold bacon stacked on top of each other. It's absolutely brilliant. We snitched on you. Yeah, that's probably fair. I did not know that that's what was happening, so I needed to receive that text message in order to know. Right. So let me set up a little World Cup qualifying. So I'm just absolutely vibing. Let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen and NBs. Here we are. World Cup qualifying for the 2022 World Cup of the Live Sports Save. We start with Oceania in the semi-finals. New Zealand and Papua New Guinea's the opening tie. A 3-1 win for the Kiwis, the All Whites at home. And then the Solomon Islands, the second best team in Oceania, absolutely running rampant and riot over Tahiti with a 4-0 in the opening leg against a Tahitian team that captured hearts the Confed Cup, a competition that thankfully no longer exists. Keggers, thank you for the Prime. JD STG, thank you so much for the 7 months in the Tier 1. The second leg, however, was interesting. Papua New Guinea scored the goal and nearly brought things all the way back against New Zealand. A famous win for Papua New Guinea, but not enough to get them into the final. 1-1 for the Solomon Islands on the road. A penalty for Tehau of Tahiti, able to keep the Tahitians in it in name only. But the Solomon Islands and New Zealand would meet in the final of the Oceania Cup and the Oceania World Cup qualifying tournament, and the winner was New Zealand. Chris Wood scoring an opening minute goal, followed by Rafael Leai, the Solomonesi, scoring in the 18th minute. But in the 71st first minute, it was Thomas that put New Zealand in front for good to send them to the Intercontinental playoff. Or did they? Because there was a second leg. New Zealand dominated at home, won 3-0. Thomas, Wood, and Winston Reid scoring the goals to send the All Whites to another Intercontinental playoff. Still the only team from the Oceania section to qualify for that Intercontinental playoff. Absolutely, absolutely brilliant. And that kicks off our whirlwind around the qualifying for the tournament that you will be seeing today. The next qualifying section, Asia. We had these two groups, of course. Well, I mean, and I know you're fabulously interested in, the early rounds of the qualifying, so that's what we're going to give you here today. Whoa! The opening round, massive win for Sri Lanka, 9-3 over Brunei. Macau beat Laos 10-2. Pakistan outnumbering East Timor by a cool 10,000-1, able to win 4-1 on aggregate. Cambodia beating Bhutan 6-1. Indonesia, honestly too good to be at this stage. They won 7-0 against Mongolia. Guam beat Bangladesh. Bangladesh, again, a nation of 100 and something million people. Guam, a nation of not 100 and something million people. Guam able to win 3-1 to get themselves into the group stages. In the opening group, you have to win the group, and most teams that finish second go through as well. Japan top the group, China second, Kyrgyzstan, very difficult group draw for Kyrgyzstan here. Very unfortunate. They've gone out. Singapore and Taiwan have been eliminated. Iran finishing first in the group with 20 points, but this was a near-run thing because North Korea and Uzbekistan are capable of making a World Cup on their odd run, and neither gets to the final round of Asia because they cancel each other out. I know chat restarts every time I switch scenes. That is the solution to the activity feed not playing. It's really a very minor problem, but it is the sort of thing you would notice, so I should have told you, and that's my apology. Are you letting the viewers do tournament predictions? Of course! What's a live sports save without competition in viewer predictions? Iran finishing top, but it had to come down there to the final day because Iran was playing Sri Lanka. If they fell against Sri Lanka, Iran actually would have been in trouble. No, they wouldn't have. It came down to the second to last day where Iran had to win, and Uzbekistan. They had to go to Tashkent and get 3 points. They went to Tashkent and got 3 points. The White Wolves are gone. The dear leader is gone. Iran into the final round of qualifying.
Of college. Should be no back watching consistently next month. Can't wait to catch up on the Dolphers.
Well, Carney, you don't have to worry about that today because it's a live sports save. We appreciate it. Thank you. 3 months. What's not? It's 5 months. I can count. This is Group 3, though. Australia going through top of the group with 7 wins and a draw. Oman finishing second in the group with a cool 19 points. That's good enough to get them into the final round. A sneaky good national team, Oman. Philippines, a team that would have had an outside hope of qualifying. They've been eliminated. Afghanistan and Macau, just happy to be here. They didn't score a goal. They allowed 29 goals, but at least they still have casinos. On to the next round. It was Saudi Arabia getting through their group. Oh, that's 8 wins from 8. It's quite nice. Thailand got 6 wins and 2 defeats to Saudi Arabia. Tragically, that's not good enough to send Thailand to the next round. Lebanon, Myanmar, and Indonesia. A pretty darn good group. All of these teams are at least capable of making it to the last round of Asian qualifying, and none of them will, thanks to Saudi Arabia's utter dominance. They allowed 1 goal to Myanmar throughout the entire qualifying process. In Group 5, we had Iraq finish top of their group, and Bahrain finish in second with 18 points. And they finished in second with 18 points and a higher goal difference than Thailand. That's what sends them to the final round. Yemen, India, and Pakistan. Lovely little rivalry between the 2 worst teams in the group, but they've all gone crashing out. South Korea played their group, won all 8 matches, 24 points, and on they go. Jordan finishes with 18 points and a higher goal difference than Thailand, so through they go as well. But a monstrous shout-out to Hong Kong, with 12 points in 2 wins over not only Nepal but Tajikistan, to finish disturbingly close to qualifying for the final round of Asian qualifying. That is the best I've ever seen a Hong Kong national team do in this game.
Set the oven to 180 degrees, but now I can't open it because the door faces the wall.
That's an A-. That's quite lovely, James. That's really well done. If you think about it, you turn the oven. Anyways. Tajikistan, a team we've seen make Asian Cups that we've simulated, they go crashing out with 2 defeats to Hong Kong, rather inexplicably. Syria, oh my word. Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness me. In perhaps the closest group in Asian qualifying history, Syria finishes top with 18 points and 11 goal difference. Kuwait finishes in second, the best second-place team to not qualify for the next phase of World Cup qualifying because of their 8 goal difference being too shy of a previous second-place team. In the UAE, with the same number of points and only 3 goals conceded in 8 matches, finishes not even in second position. Turkmenistan playing disruptor. Honestly, they all just disrupted each other. Turkmenistan and Guam only taking points off each other, and it was the UAE, Kuwait, and Syria that couldn't quite figure it out. But eventually, the Syria national team found a way into the final round of qualifying. That is absolutely brutal for not only Kuwait, but the United Arab Emirates as well. So close, and yet so far to the next round of World Cup qualifying. And then into the final group, it was Qatar that finished top with 7 wins and a draw. The reigning Asian champions at work again, but they are automatically into the next round, which means the next place team gets to go, and that would be Palestine, finishing with 14 points, a point ahead of a disappointed Vietnamese side that certainly had the quality to get themselves into the final round, but suffered 4 draws, including away to the Maldives, that absolutely buried them. If they'd won that match, they would have been going into the next round of Asian qualifying. We see that next round now, and we see South Korea and Iran finish in the top 2 spots. So it's a familiar group of customers coming from Asian qualifying this time, at least in Group A. Excellent performance for South Korea. They see this thing out early. Iran able to create some separation from the surprisingly good Omani national team. They finished well ahead of China. Iraq was way out of the race, and Palestine, in a happy to be there effort, did muster 3 draws, including at home against Oman, which really disrupted Oman's chances to pursue Iran for that World Cup spot. But Oman would go into the Asian playoff, and they would face an unfamiliar foe. We had Australia and Japan see away the challenge and make their way back to a World Cup. We had Bahrain and Jordan come up well short of their goal to make the World Cup in Qatar. But Saudi Arabia, perpetual World Cup participant Saudi Arabia, has crashed out of qualifying and finished behind Syria. The Syrian team that qualified for this phase on goal difference over Kuwait in the UAE has put together a brilliant campaign. They beat Saudi Arabia at home. They won all their matches against Jordan and Bahrain, and they drew Japan at home as well. And that was enough to create the difference and put Syria into the Asian playoff. The Asian playoff dominated by the Syrians. They won it 5-0 over 2 legs, including a 3-0 in Oman to send themselves to the Intercontinental playoff. So that's it. Syria is in the Intercontinental playoff from Asia. The 4 qualifying nations: South Korea, Iran, Australia, and Japan. Familiar customers. We head to the next section of qualifying. Right, here we go. Qualifying. Oh, not Fabio Quagliarella. Qualifying. To Africa with African qualifying. Well, we don't get to see the African first round of qualifying anymore, but let's be perfectly honest, no team that made it played in that round. So, the second round of African qualifying, you have to win your group in order to go to the final phase of African qualifying, and Algeria has done that in flying colors. Burkina Faso, the challenger team, well, they went crashing out because they didn't win all their games against the rest either. They lost at home against Niger, who put together 7 points. Djibouti grabbed a point off Niger as well, something to hold for them. But Algeria, reigning African champions, not actually, because they didn't win the simulation in 2021, but one of the past 2 African champions into the final round. Into the next group, Tunisia finishing comfortably ahead of Zambia, Equatorial Guinea, and Mauritania with their only defeat at home against Equatorial Guinea. Of all the teams in this group, Zambia, former African champions, coming up short. Nigeria, 16 points. Absolutely have to get out of this group if you are Nigeria, and they did, but not before drawing away to Liberia in Monrovia. Interesting upset, but Liberia couldn't capitalize, and Nigeria coasts through Cape Verde, the main challenge in the group. Ivory Coast blows the doors off Cameroon. What a performance from the Ivorians, and perhaps the toughest group in African qualifying. Mozambique and Malawi standing little chance, but that didn't stop them from going for it. Malawi able to pose a draw against Cameroon, and the Cameroonians really frustrated by that. They lost both their matches with the Ivory Coast as well, and one of the longest tenured World Cup teams from Africa is out before they even make it out of the qualifying group stages. Next round, Mali. They have done it. The team that's never made it to the World Cup, they've made it out of their group to go to the World Cup playoff. Uganda finishing second on 10 points, and Rwanda with 7. Kenya, and happy to be here, 2 points. They mustered a draw against both Uganda and Rwanda. through their efforts, but a nation still a long, long way off. In Group 6, it was Egypt very narrowly over Gabon and Angola. That's not an easy group. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's boys are there. Angola, a nation that made a World Cup in the past 20 years. They're really present, and that made this difficult for Egypt, but they have found a way to survive. They've gone through with 13 points. Their draw away to Gabon, their loss at home against Gabon. That kept Gabon alive, but their draw with Libya and their defeat away to Angola in an exciting 4-3 is what kept Gabon from surpassing Egypt and pulling off the upset Libya with just that solitary point against Gabon, something that really ended up hurting Gabon in the end. In Group 7, Ghana sees away South Africa in a bid to return to the World Cup for the Ghanaians. Zimbabwe not too far off as well with 8 points, and Ethiopia dropping a solitary point. Group 8 saw Senegal on 16, while Togo will not return to the World Cup this time. They finished with 8 points, Congo with 7, and Namibia found a win at home against Togo to really create that separation for Senegal. In Group 9, whoa! It's Guinea has knocked out Morocco in the group stages of qualifying. The Ghanaian national team, the exact same goal difference. You got to go into the real letter of the law on the tiebreaker for this one. Guinea-Bissau finished with 4. Sudan finished with 3. 3 draws, though, for Sudan. And how about that? They drew not only Guinea, but Morocco as well. They drew every other team in the group, Sudan, over the course of the tournament. And a big win for Guinea-Bissau over Sudan, a draw with Sudan. Guinea-Bissau, they didn't do anything else. They lost to Morocco and Guinea on every occasion. Sudan at least gave them a game, made things interesting. And Morocco and Guinea beat each other, but Guinea did it by more goals, it would seem. 3-2 in Morocco, while Morocco went to Guinea and won 2-1. Or it's the other way around, you understand? We have to check the rules. And how exactly you get through. It's goal difference, goals scored. And that's the tiebreaker that has sent Guinea into the final round of African qualifying. They scored 1 more goal over the course of 6 matches. And Guinea has 1 tie to send themselves to the World Cup. Morocco eliminated. Brilliant stuff. And in Group 10, the easiest group you'll ever see for the DR Congo, they have survived, blasting the competition in goals at least, but not in points. 13 points, and Tanzania and Benin split the points to keep DR Congo safe. Madagascar, just 1 point. They'll be disappointed with that. They're a team with more talent than you'd think.
1 year.
Tanzania and Benin drew each other, beat each other.
Post by FM Memes suggesting sports psychologist implemented in the game to improve players' mental attributes.
Well, I think it's something that could easily be broken, and I think it's something that could also be depending on how heavily it's weighted. It's a tricky thing for Football Manager to do. It's a very tricky thing for them to do. But I think if you continue to strive for realism, it's definitely something the same as like a leadership course that you could send somebody to. George Steele, thank you so much for the 9 months, though. Adam, thank you so much for the year. Kyle, thank you for the 4 months. And thank you to everybody who's part of the Hammers. In part of this pre-World Cup show, great effort from Benin and Tanzania. They were closer than you'd like to think. But DR Congo got into the final round, and then we get into the final ties. And in those final ties, it was Senegal that got DR Congo, and the Senegalese national team has waltzed Dr. Congo 6-1 on aggregate to send Senegal to the World Cup. Ghana and Mali. Ghana won in Mali 2-0. But Mali has gone to Ghana, has won 2-0 itself, and Ghana has won the penalty shootout. And that is absolutely savage. Tragically, the footage of the match has been lost to the sands of time. Now, Egypt playing at home. Egypt going to Guinea, won 3-2. Mo Salah headed back to the World Cup in all its glory. But, Guinea with the 2-0 victory in Egypt. Simply remarkable for Guinea, and they've gone to the World Cup for the very first time. And they've knocked out Egypt, who made 1 World Cup in the past 30 years. And Mo Salah will not be able to guide them back there again after a massive road win. The Ivory Coast, with a miraculous turnaround, they lost 2-0 at home, and they've won 4-0 on the road. Simply unbelievable from the Ivory Coast. A bitter defeat to Tunisia. They've turned it around, and the Ivorians have returned to the World Cup. They have returned to the World Cup after missing out on the last edition in a brutal draw between Nigeria and Algeria, arguably and almost inarguably the two best teams in Africa at the moment, and they've drawn both legs 1-1. The Nigerian national team has won the penalty shootout. Algeria and Egypt and Tunisia all missing out on World Cup proceedings, and Morocco as well, as Algeria is defeated on penalties by Nigeria, who continues to have qualified for every World Cup since 2006, the longest streak in Africa. Cap, thank you so much for the 24 months. Guinea's in the World Cup, so's Ghana, Senegal, Ivory Coast, and Nigeria. On to the next.
What do you call a zombie that doesn't joke around? Dead serious.
Well, here we go. Qualifying from CONCACAF for the 2022 World Cup. This round, of course, you've got to win your group in order to advance, and El Salvador has done that. You only play everybody once. They have 3 wins and a draw against Bermuda, which is a bit confusing. Official Dutchie, that was quite brutal. That was definitely a C, but thank you for the 6 months, and thank you for being a part of the Hammers. Right, El Salvador finishing top. Bermuda with a good effort. Turks and Caicos didn't score, allowed 13 goals in 4 matches, so... But the El Salvadorian national team that is on the rise will keep that rise going, despite the fact that Suriname is quite good. They lost at home to El Salvador. They had their chance. In Group B, it was Haiti. They won all 4 matches, and they will be going to the next round. Antigua and Barbuda, a surprisingly good national team, considering none of us, including me probably, can find them on a map. Dominican Republic, St. Vincent, the Grenadines, and the British Virgin Islands, a nation of 40,000 people. They've all gone crashing out, but the British Virgin Islands did score a goal against the Dominican Republic, and that's cool. On to Group C, we have Nicaragua in a match that, in a group that really was up for grabs. Cuba, St. Kitts and Nevis, all within 3 points, but it is Nicaragua, the Central Americans, that find a way through. Belize and Puerto Rico some way off. Nicaragua did lose away to Cuba, but the Cubans couldn't manage a win against St. Kitts and Nevis or against lowly Puerto Rico. If they had, they'd be in the final round of qualifying, or at least in the playoff to get to the final round. In Group D, oh my heavens me. Oh my goodness. Oh, that didn't happen. Oh, that didn't happen. Guatemala's absolutely gone off in the toughest group that you could possibly imagine. Group D, you've got Canada, you've got Panama, 2 World Cup hopeful teams, and of course, it's Guatemala that's beaten all of them and gone through to the next round of CONCACAF qualifying. Not only Canada, but Panama, 2 World Cup hopefuls, absolutely flaming out. They've both lost to Guatemala, and they've drawn each other. And they're nowhere near the Guatemalan national team. Grenada with just 3 points. The Spice Boys eliminated, and Anguilla's gone out without scoring a goal, but they'll be happy to have made it even to this round, and everybody makes it to this round. In Group E, Trinidad and Tobago. This is simply unbelievable. It's why you play the game. On to Group E, Trinidad and Tobago wins all 4 matches and does not concede. They're going right on through. Guyana finishing second. The Bahamas on the come up. They used to be one of the worst teams in the world. They finished on 6 points ahead of Dominica and the US Virgin Islands, which no excuses there. US Virgin Islands got a population of about 120,000, so no idea what they're doing. Group F, Barbados. Oh my, no, Curacao, what are you doing? Curacao, a nation on the rise. My pick to be the smallest country that will ever make a World Cup. They will qualify, I believe, in 2026, but not today. It's Barbados. Barbados has gone to the next round. I've never seen that. They finished on 10 points. And they beat Curacao at home. They also beat Montserrat and the Cayman Islands. They drew away to St. Lucia. A notorious match there. Fierce Pierce with 25 gifted subs. But Curacao lost away to Barbados. They won their other 3 matches, but that was enough. What an effort from the Barbadian national team that is 158th in the world. Curacao, for reference, is 80th. Absolutely insane. Hype in the chat for Fierce Pierce. Thank you, Gary. We're excited about that. I've just accidentally hit continue here. Gotta go to CONCACAF. Thank you very much. And stages, and wheel this on back. And that was it for the groups. Then you play a home and away. But, you know, okay, so there's 6 teams that win groups. There's 3 spots in the octagonal. You play a home and away to determine who gets into the octagonal. And by golly, it's Guatemala. Would you look at that? Guatemala gets Nicaragua in the next round, and the Guatemalans are going to the octagonal 2-0 over Nicaragua, the team that's eliminated Panama and Canada in the opening round of CONCACAF qualifying is probably rightfully so, going through to the octagonal. Unsurprisingly, Barbados cannot capitalize on their remarkable qualification for round 2. El Salvador has seen them away with a 2-0 road win. And then in Trinidad and Tobago, after a 0-0 match in Port-au-Prince, it's the Haitians, who in real life lost at this stage. Well, in this real life, they've gone through over Trinidad and Tobago. 2-1 for Haiti to get into the octagonal. And of course, in the octagonal, top 3 teams going to the World Cup. 4th place team going to the Intercontinental playoff. The 5 teams that are already there, that would be Costa Rica, the United States, Mexico, Honduras, and Jamaica. Thank you, Brain. In the 3rd round, what a story! It's Haiti going to the Intercontinental playoff, a nation that needed this. The United States has won the octagonal with 12 wins and 2 defeats. The 2 defeats away to Mexico, and of course at home against Costa Rica. Costa Rica on a downswing. They only finished on 13 points. Honduras only finished on 11 points. Mexico finished comfortably in. Jamaica finished comfortably in. The Reggae Boys are headed to their 2nd ever World Cup, thanks to that 3rd place finish. But look at the boys from Port-au-Prince. The Haitians, Les Grenadiers, are headed to the Intercontinental playoff with a fabulous 19-point performance. They picked up wins against Guatemala in both matches, against Honduras in only one of the matches. They beat Jamaica, and they won at home against Mexico. It's hard to go to Port-au-Prince and win. Only one road result against Guatemala. They also drew against Costa Rica at home. All their defeats away, in their only defeat at home was to the United States, who had, again, a wonderful qualifying campaign. Guatemala with a perfectly respectable 13 points to their name in their rare appearance in the final stage of CONCACAF qualifying. El Salvador with 12. Honduras, of course, a team that normally will expect to compete for World Cup places, has finished on 11. They are in a rut when it comes to their generations.
I defeated our local chess champion in less than 5 moves. Finally, my karate lessons paid off. Here is 500 bits for your service. Also, how do you genuinely think the USA will do in Qatar?
Well, I think the US should make the knockout stage, and we will see from there, won't we? Gavin, thank you for the 11 months in the tier 3. Thank you again. Of course, the Fierce Pierce, the 25 gifted subs. We have Haiti going to the Intercontinental playoff. They will be taking on New Zealand for a spot at the World Cup. It will be Haiti or New Zealand if we're going based off the real world scheduling. New Zealand qualifying out of Oceania, Haiti qualifying out of CONCACAF. One of those teams is going to the World Cup in Qatar. The Reggae Boys at their 2nd ever World Cup. Mexico and the US back at the World Cup. Costa Rica and Honduras, regular World Cup participants, not going to Qatar. 2 more qualifying sections to look at here, and I will actually hide you from this so that you can't see them. Right, that's kind of the goal. We're going to South America first. That was a good joke. I'm going to go B+ on that. It took less than... No, it's an A-. It's an A-. It's an A-. That's what it is. I should know that. I do know that. All right. South American World Cup qualifying, and wouldn't you know it, Argentina's won the group, 43 points, Brazil going, and how about this? A team that in real life struggled dramatically to try and make it to the World Cup. They did not. Chile finishes in third. Football Manager likes the way they're playing. Uruguay grabbing the last automatic spot to the World Cup with 29 points. Colombia finishing in the playoff, and Paraguay, the first team out, with 25. Peru and Ecuador well off with 21 apiece. Venezuela and Bolivia incredibly far off. Of course, Ecuador and Peru likely in real life, with Colombia and Chile likely not. But this is what Football Manager's given us out of South America. The last qualifying where less than half of South American teams will automatically qualify for the World Cup. They will get more spots for the next World Cup edition. This means that the other Intercontinental playoff is Colombia against Syria for a spot at the World Cup. Now, to show you the final qualifying section for the World Cup in Qatar, and of that, of course, would be UEFA. Now, which team's been disappointed here? What about this? In Group A, it's Portugal into the playoff again. It's the same as real life. It's Serbia that have won the group. And they've automatically qualified for the World Cup in Qatar. Look at the Serbians go.
USA.
And
USA.
Ultimo Big Truck, thank you for the 15 months. Absolutely. Portugal finishing a solitary point ahead of lowly Ireland, who nearly knocked the Portuguese out of the World Cup entirely. It came all down to the last day, and Portugal needed to win against Luxembourg at home, and they did. Ireland needed to win against Azerbaijan, and Portugal drew Azerbaijan in the second-to-last match day in Baku. Absolutely unbelievable before the Portuguese for Cristiano Ronaldo, but they have done enough to get themselves into the playoff for the World Cup. Ireland bowing out, and so is Luxembourg and Azerbaijan. Into the next group, Spain waltzing through with 2 draws. They did draw against Sweden. They also drew at home against Kosovo in an interesting twist. Greece well off the plot after their knockout appearance at a World Cup not too long ago. Georgia and Kosovo still well away as well. Sweden able to waltz into their second place position to put themselves into the playoffs. Now in Group C, Italy is going to the World Cup. They're going in emphatic fashion with 7 wins and a draw and a really calm performance. They drew at home against Switzerland. Switzerland's gone into the playoff now. Northern Ireland was 4 points away. They were the only threat. Bulgaria, a national team that is Nations League B level in the Nations League, well, they finished last in their qualifying group. A bitterly disappointing result. They drew Northern Ireland and Switzerland. They beat Lithuania, but they also lost in Vilnius 2-1, and the Lithuanian national team finished with 6 points and wasn't bottom of a group you would have picked them bottom in every day of the week and twice on Sunday. In Group D, Bosnia and Herzegovina has grabbed the playoff spot. France has won with 7 wins and a draw. They've kept any mystery away, the type of mystery that haunts the Portuguese. Finland finishing on 7, their Euros triumph not close enough. Kazakhstan with 3 points. Well, they got those 3 points on 3 draws. For the love of all that's good and holy, they only got points against the 2 teams that could still go to the World Cup. They drew Bosnia and Herzegovina both times they played them, and at home against France. In a remarkable result that would make Borat very proud, they drew the French national team 2-2. Absolutely insane. France beat everybody else, and Bosnia and Herzegovina managed 2 wins against Finland and a win against Ukraine, and they drew Ukraine in the other match, and that was the difference for the Ukrainians. They lost to the teams ahead of them. They couldn't manage to beat either of them. They only beat Kazakhstan twice and Finland once, and drew Finland away in Helsinki. That is what we would call a very nice result. Unbelievable for Kazakhstan. Group E, Wales is into the playoff, and what happened to Czechia? I mean, seriously, what's happened to Czechia? Wales and Belgium would clinch the top 2 spots with matches left to play. Czechia's finished with 6 points. Belarus with 6, and Estonia with 4, and Czechia, a team that has certainly got the talent to compete with Wales for that second position, has come up short. A loss away to Belgium for Wales, and then a draw away to Estonia. Gareth, what are we doing? Anyways, Belgium's gone through, and they've drawn 2 matches against Czechia at home and Wales away in Cardiff. But it was not enough to knock Belgium off the spot. The Golden Generation will have one more shot at a World Cup for Belgium. The next group. Oh, flood of Scotland, when will we see a lake again? Who fought and died for? And it's Scotland that's gone to the World Cup. Unbelievable for the Scots. 8 wins and 10, 24 points ahead of Austria and Denmark. That is tremendous for Scotland. They've lost at home to Austria and Denmark, but they've managed to win away to Austria and Denmark. That is not the way that's supposed to go, but it is the way that it happened for Scotland. They got the results, and they are back on the world's biggest stage, led by Andy Robertson and Dykes, somehow. Anyways, Austria finishing in the playoff spot. They actually got 4 points clear. They drew away to the Faroe Islands, and they lost at home to Scotland and Israel. But they did manage to beat Denmark home and away to keep the Danes well clear of them. That's how important those head-to-head matches can be. You can drop a few matches at home to Israel, away to the Faroe Islands, and it won't matter because they handled the team directly beneath them, and they also managed to handle Moldova, which everybody else seemed to do. What a performance from the Faroe Islands, by the way. Denmark, a team that qualified first out of Europe, in real life has not made the World Cup. They've not even made the playoff with 18 points. Israel finished on 10, and the Faroese, a nation of less than 100,000, they beat Denmark. The Faroe Islands beat the Danes at home in the result in their footballing history. They also won at home against Moldova, draws away to Moldova, away to Israel, and of course at home against Austria. I mean, those are some massive results for the Faroese. They only had a -6 goal difference and 9 points. I mean, this is a brilliant qualifying campaign for the Faroe Islands. It's created real distance. Moldova's the team that seemed to shock Israel. They beat Israel at home 3-1, and they did manage the draw at home against the Faroe Islands, a surprisingly difficult team to handle. But massive results. Denmark out, Scotland in, Austria in the playoff. In Group G, Netherlands, Norway. The Netherlands with a perfect, literally perfect qualifying campaign. They won all 10 matches. They did not concede a goal. That is unbelievable. Gibraltar finishing on 0 points. Latvia beat them twice and finished on 6. But in the teams that had a chance, it was Montenegro that finished on 14, and their competitive nature really limited Turkey's ability to close things down. 10 clean sheets, 30 points from 10 matches for the Netherlands. For Norway, they drew away to Turkey and Montenegro, lost both their matches to the Netherlands, but that's good enough because they won at home against Turkey and Montenegro, and that creates the distance for Norway to try and get themselves into the World Cup. That extra defeat, the 2 losses to the Netherlands, the loss to Norway, the draw against Norway, and the draw to Montenegro was enough to keep the Turkish national team, so often full of potential and so rarely actually able to achieve it, out of the World Cup picture again. Respectable effort, though, from Montenegro. Their losses to Norway, Turkey away, and Netherlands in both matches. Their draws with Norway and Turkey. They really kept themselves in those games, and they won the 4 matches they needed to against Latvia and Gibraltar. On to the next round, the next group rather. It is Croatia and Slovenia. Croatia is headed back to the World Cup on 23 points. They were the best team in this group, but it is a surprise appearance from Josip Ilicic, Jan Oblak, and Slovenia in the second place of this group, ahead of Russia, ahead of Slovakia. A big-time result for the Slovenia national team to get into the World Cup playoff. Not many that would have seen that coming. Slovakia and Russia both hopefuls. Slovenia a dark horse, and a dark horse that has come across the line in second.
1 month to that sweet gold bacon. Last night on Dancing with the Tsars, Peter and Catherine were great, but Ivan was terrible.
But that's an A- too. We've had some really good dad jokes today. We've had some really, really good dad jokes. It's an A-. That's high quality. But there you go. Slovenia have found themselves in the playoff. And in Group I... exhale. England has found a way through, as uncomfortable as it might have been, with Poland breathing down its neck. Robert Lewandowski trying to make things uncomfortable. The Hungarians have crashed out on 16 points, next to an Albanian team that would have considered themselves a dark horse, finishing on 16 points as well. Andorra with 4 points. And how about that? San Marino has a point. They've drawn Andorra with the only goal they've scored all qualifying cycle to make it 1-1 against Andorra. San Marino has a point. Hungary and Albania pretty far away in the end. And that final match day is going to be a little tight there between England and Poland. If Poland had won, things would start to get spicy, and Poland had a 1-0 lead and a 2-1 lead. You can imagine the stress that was being induced in the English public in that final match. But a 60th minute goal from Raheem Sterling squared things up, and England survived. San Marino was winning until the 78th minute against Andorra, thanks to Battistini's 36th minute goal. It's something San Marino doesn't do a lot, score or win, but they did get a point, and that is worth something. England nervous final moments, but they did see away the Polish national team in the end, despite Robert Lewandowski, and that means we are headed to the playoff. No, we're not. There's another group. My apologies, and it is Romania. In perhaps the most interesting qualifying group we've seen, 4 teams in contention
so I asked
for the playoff position.
If I would still be able to write with it. She said, maybe, but I wouldn't count on it.
So you had Armenia, you had Iceland, North Macedonia, and Romania all contending for that playoff spot. Germany was well away. Their only draw away in Reykjavik to Iceland. Always a tough contest. But Iceland unable to do things on the road. They lost to North Macedonia and Armenia, as well as Germany away. And they lodged a whole bunch of draws. 1 good one against Germany, but 2 against Romania, and another one against North Macedonia. Their only wins, Liechtenstein twice and Armenia at home. A very competitive group. Armenia, Iceland, North Macedonia only 2 points away from actually being in the playoff. Fierce Pierce, that was a B+. That was another good dad joke. We're on quite the run right now. Lou Boy, thank you for the 11.
How do you like your steak, sir? Sir, like winning an argument with my wife. Waiter, rare it is.
And it was the final match day in which Iceland could have actually sent themselves to the World Cup. For the record. It was the final match day where Iceland, well, not to the World Cup, to the World Cup playoff. If they won at North Macedonia, Iceland would have finished ahead of Romania, who lost to Germany thanks to Kevin Folland on a 78th minute penalty. Armenia did their best they could to give themselves a chance, but they were already out at this stage of the competition. If Iceland had won, they would have been in the playoff, but North Macedonia spoiled the party, even though they had no chance to actually make the playoff. I'm going to go with B on that one. Rare it is. So now I believe we're going to the European playoff. We are And here are the results. Are you ready for them? Thank you very much. This is the first round of the European playoff. Austria has defeated Russia. Marcel Sabitzer in the 85th minute has seen Russia away. Remember, the top two teams from the Nations League that do not qualify for the World Cup, they end up in the playoff as well. And those teams are Russia and Iceland. Both of them defeated Romania. Dinis Man and Maxime put the goals in, and Romania has defeated Iceland, who I was lamenting them not getting to the playoff. Well, they did because of Nations League positioning, and they're defeated anyways by Romania. I need new vibes. It's just way too intense. Thank you. We're just chilling. We need some groovy tunes. How about that? Poland, thanks to 2 goals from Robert Lewandowski, have seen away Slovenia, and Portugal sees away Sweden despite a goal from Zlatan Ibrahimovic trying to bring things back for the Swedes. It was Bruno Fernandes and Cristiano Ronaldo in the opening 18 minutes that see Portugal through. Norway able to score an 82nd minute goal through Erling Haaland to beat the Swiss, a team that seems to always make World Cups nowadays, but Switzerland will not be participating in this one. So Austria against Romania, Poland against Portugal, Norway will play against Bosnia and Herzegovina. The second extra time match of the set of ties. Wales gets Roberts sent off 5 minutes after Viska scores for Bosnia and Herzegovina, who are trying to make their second ever World Cup as a nation. Wales also trying to do that, and they will not in this particular window. On to the final play-in. 3 teams can make the World Cup out of Europe. And it was all scrambled, but Austria's beaten Norway on penalties. Oh, the drama. Absolutely unbelievable. In this round of matches, Austria scoring Hannes Wolf. Hannes Wolf in the 29th minute, balancing out Erling Haaland's 4th minute goal. Penalty shootout to put Austria into the World Cup and keep one of the best players in the world, Erling Haaland, out of another major tournament. In the second match, it was Poland going ahead in the 55th minute thanks to Piatek, but Romania equalized. Puskás the 62nd. It all came down to the 91st minute, where the hero for Poland scored his 3rd goal of this play-in tournament. The 91st minute, it was Robert Lewandowski who scored to knock Romania out and to put Poland in the World Cup. And then, my goodness, what an effort from Bosnia and Herzegovina. Diogo Jota put Portugal in front in the 44th minute before Edin Dzeko in the 51st and Sivic in the 74th had Bosnia going to the World Cup 2-1 in Lisbon before João Cancelo was able to score in the 78th minute to rapturous Portuguese celebrations. That took us all the way to a penalty shootout. And in that penalty shootout, Portugal was able to prevail. Bosnia had Portugal on the ropes in Lisbon with 20 minutes left to play. But the Portuguese got a goal from João Cancelo, and they survived on a penalty shootout to get Ronaldo to his last World Cup. Austria at the World Cup, Poland at the World Cup, and all 3 home teams managed to win. That brings us to the Intercontinental playoff. We've got Haiti versus New Zealand and Syria against Colombia. They scrambled it. They scrambled it in the opening match. So this is not the way that it was scheduled in real life. They've just scrambled who the teams were playing, but it's Haiti against Syria, Colombia against New Zealand. And what a result it is for New Zealand in Colombia. It's 2-2 in Colombia. Juan Cuadrado scored in the 5th and the 7th. It looks over, but Chris Wood scored in the 40th. Boxall scored in the 66th. And they're headed back to Auckland with a chance to go to the World Cup. Colombia on the ropes with a very long road trip, and the Haitian national team playing in a boisterous Port-au-Prince against Syria. Two nations that really could use something to shout about, and Haiti have given themselves something to shout about. They have beaten Syria 1-0 in Port-au-Prince, and now they must take a road trip to whatever neutral site Syria will be playing its home match at in the Middle East. It's a long road trip for both these teams. Colombia can't take advantage of its home advantage. Haiti does take advantage of its home advantage. Remember, away goals are also important. FIFA still uses away goals, UEFA does not. That's the difference between the two. Haiti has the 1-goal advantage and Syria doesn't have any away goals. New Zealand's got 2 away goals thanks to Wood and Boxall. We go to the second leg, and it's Haiti! New Zealand's bottled it, but Haiti is going to the World Cup. They did enough. And the Haitians are going to the World Cup for the second time in their history. Weiss scored the opening goal for Syria, but fortune favors the bold and it favors Haiti. He scores the 29th. Ousmane scores the 53rd to make things incredibly tight, but the away goal for Haiti is enough to see them through. And the scenes in Haiti, absolutely unbelievable. And you know what else is unbelievable? New Zealand went to Colombia and drew the Colombians at 2, only to get blown away at home. Duvan Zapata scored in the 32nd minute in Auckland. Then he cashed a penalty in the 67th. And Lerma scored in the 93rd minute. So Colombia able to fly away from New Zealand in Auckland. A massive road win for the Colombians to survive what would have been catastrophe, drawing the easiest of the 4 teams, it would seem, in the Intercontinental playoff. The Colombians have got themselves to the World Cup. Haiti have got themselves to the World Cup. I don't really know what's going on there, but we should go change our detail level before we go into this. All competitive matches. Yes, what's going on here?
Yo Zealand, I am trying to find a balance with my tactics. How can I reduce too many balls over the top resulting in conceding goals? Is it because I am using higher line of defense, offside trap, tight marking, or a combination of these? I think I have a solid defense, but I keep getting caught sometimes. I
think tight marking would be your main issue in that position, Fierce Pierce. I think the tight marking can drag your boys out of position. They can follow those players forward, and they tend to kind of stand wall right next to them. And then they give up that extra space. But try setting a standard backline. You can still play progressively from that position. So that sets up the World Cup. Ayol, are you ready to see the World Cup groups? Because we have all of the teams available. I just made random, it's just a little random from Ryan, but okay. There's some chorizo and cheese tacos with white onion. I've never been more proud of myself. Ryan, excellent work, Ryan. Excellent work. Just thank you so much for the 2 months of the Twitch Prime. Thank you for being a part of the Hammers. Brilliant work, Ryan. So the first group is as follows. Oopsie daisies, where are we going? And there we are. Group A is Austria, Ghana, the Netherlands is there again, and Qatar. Whew. Austria, Ghana, Netherlands, and Qatar. That is an opportunity for Austria and Ghana, of course, but also, I would say, an opportunity for Qatar. This is not the hardest group they could have gotten, especially one with 2 European teams in it. They can beat Austria and Ghana. They are the reigning Asian champions. Be interesting to see if Qatar can muster something from that group. We copy that. In Group B, Italy, Nigeria, Uruguay, and Haiti. It's not going to be the easiest for Haiti, but out of pot 4, you're never going to get a group that's incredibly easy. The Haitian national team, 77th in the world. Very proud to represent their nation at the World Cup. The Italians looking to avenge their not being here 4 years ago. Nigeria, of course, happy to have qualified on penalties. And Uruguay still trying to take advantage of those wonderful forwards that they have. They will be looking at this group with wide eyes. Nigeria and Uruguay battling for that second spot. Haiti may be looking to cause a surprise. They certainly looked like they were capable of it when they were in CONCACAF play. With a great result against a Mexican national team, they'll need that type of form in order to do something in this group, in Group B. In Group C, France, Ivory Coast, Jamaica, and Spain. France and Spain have found themselves in the same World Cup group with the Reggae Boys and with the Ivorians. Ivory Coast, welcome back to the World Cup. Jamaica, welcome back to the World Cup. Things are going to be a little difficult with France and Spain, two teams that will go into a World Cup believing they should win it just about every single time. For the Ivorians, they've powered their way back to this World Cup. They turned around their first result against Tunisia with a 3-goal road win in Tunisia. And Jamaica, qualified in flying colors out of CONCACAF, will be believing they can go in and cause a surprise. It's all about belief. Crazier things have happened. In Group D, Australia, England, Mexico, and Senegal. That's just an interesting group. Now, of course, England's ended up with a pretty easy group that you have to imagine they'd be able to get out of. But there's no super easy team to handle. Austria, Senegal, they can cause a surprise. Of course, Mexico, a team that's made 6 consecutive round of 16 appearances, they are always going to be good. They're essentially a barometer that will determine how good your team is going to be. But England has got to like their chances to be able to get out of Group D. The Aussies, Senegal, and Mexico battling for that second spot is sure to make for peak drama. In Group E, Brazil, Croatia, Japan, and Scotland. There are the mighty Scots. Japan, of course, a team that made the knockout stages at the last World Cup. Can they do it again? And then from the last World Cup, you have Croatia, who made it all the way to the final, where they're going up against Brazil, arguably the best team in the world. And Brazilians will be looking at this group knowing that it's not going to be handed to them, but they've got to consider themselves strong favorites from this position. This is a very tough group, of course. Japan being out of pot 3, I believe. And it does look as though Japan was the pot 3 team, Scotland was the pot 4 team, Croatia the pot 2 side. The Scots up to 39th in the world. They've got more work to do. It is another group where all 3 of these teams could very conceivably advance with Brazil out of Group E. And Group F, Belgium, Chile, Germany, and Guinea. Oh, goodness. Well, Guinea have made it to their first ever World Cup. They'd never made it to a World Cup before. They did so in spectacular fashion, eliminating Morocco, and then coming from behind in their home and away tie as well. But Belgium and Germany are both in this group. The Belgians, the pot 1 team. The Germans, the best team in pot 2. And Chile, the pot 3 side, qualifying in 3rd from South America through this group. And that very well might be the group of death going into this World Cup. And poor Guinea is going to be going up against a gauntlet at their first ever World Cup competition. The Guinean national team up to 57th. Got to be close to an all-time high. On to Group G, Argentina, Poland, South Korea, and the United States of America. The US, the pot 2 team, South Korea from pot 4, Poland from pot 3, and Argentina, the big power. Argentina and the United States, a rematch of the Copa America semifinal from 2016. Poland led by, of course, magisterial Robert Lewandowski, and South Korea, the team that beat Germany at the last World Cup. Can't be a pushover. And Heung-min Son. Oh, my brain. Okay. Heung-min Son, of course, for South Korea. They've got their star boy. The United States has Reyna, has Pulisic. It's going to be a battle of a couple of stars, and who will be able to carry the load to get them into second position in Group G. We are not sure yet. In Group H, this is a bit of an open door as well. We've got Portugal, Serbia, Colombia, and Iran. That is an open door. Portugal really struggled in qualifying and advanced on penalties over Bosnia and Herzegovina. Serbia beat Portugal in their qualifying group. So you might not know if Serbia is going to be able to pull that form out again. Iran qualified insanely comfortably from Asia, and Colombia, they were a little shaky. They struggled against New Zealand in the playoff before pulling away in the second leg. And they obviously finished 5th in South American qualifying as the worst South American team by qualifying to make it here. Serbia and Portugal seemingly can't get rid of each other. So now it's time to get our predictions in for what's going to happen, and it's also time for scene. IL's going to be putting together the prediction form so we can guess who's going to advance, but that completes your hour-long World Cup build-up show. And the form is up. All right. So, if you join the Discord, right, you come in through the entrance portal, you go down to the live sports save prediction, and there is a form. Live sports save prediction and a form. Must be signed in to use this form. Just want to make sure I don't give away the whole kit and caboodle here. All right. It's freaking. So we go down to live sports prediction. After you join the Discord, you put in your Twitch username, which is. Oh, there we go. And you link your Discord so we can find you.
Going all the way. Real life and in live sports.
Love that. You click the name, copy, then you paste that here. That's my Discord name. Okay, and then you go through and you pick who you think is going to win. All right, who do I think is going to finish first? Netherlands. Absolutely the Netherlands. They had the best qualifying run I have ever seen. Then, honestly, I have no idea. Just I think a lot of people aren't going to pick it. I might pick Qatar because I think that would give me a lot of points, and I totally think it's possible. Pro tip, Haiti to win their group. Yo, Heat Dictator, thank you for the 7 months. Funko, thank you for the 5 months. Believe in Scotland. Believe. I don't know if I can do that. I'm going to pick Ghana last. We'll see how poorly that ages. And I'll take Austria over Qatar. I think I'm going to go Netherlands, Austria, Qatar, Ghana. I'm just not big on this Ghanaian national team the way it's set up. Group B, Haiti, Italy, Nigeria, Uruguay. We have, obviously Haiti. I'm just kidding. Italy. Do I want to go boring here? Like, do I think that, because, okay, there's a few groups that are going to be like blown up, right? There's a few groups that are not going to go the way you expected at all. And there's going to be a few groups that go exactly the way you think. And the question is this a group that goes exactly the way you think? I'm not going Haiti anywhere other than fourth. They beat Syria on away goals to get here. They had an amazing, I mean, honestly, that qualifying campaign, finishing 6 points ahead of Costa Rica is really impressive. It makes me believe that they have it. I mean, they beat Mexico. They have a chance, but I don't know. I think Nigeria beat Algeria. I'm going to go Nigeria. Nigeria, then Uruguay. They beat Algeria to get here. They flattened their group. They actually drew away to Liberia, but whatever. Group C. The old France and Spain group. Everybody's favorite. I click the join DM link but can't access anything. So when you join the Discord, you have to verify. The reason you have to, I honestly can't remember exactly what you have to do. It's been so long since we set it up, but you have to like verify it's your email, right? What that does is prevent bot spam. So what people will do is like raid Discord servers, and they'll come flying in with like 100 people and just bomb the whole thing with stuff that you don't want in a Discord server. So that's what that helps prevent. It's a CAPTCHA. It's a CAPTCHA. Okay, still same thing. Yeah. You have to do a CAPTCHA. Cool. What do we get if our prediction is correct? Your name is gold on the Discord. And you obviously get shouted out on stream and congratulated by millions of fans around the world. But you actually get a subsection on the Discord called the Pick Nostradamus. Right here. And you are forever known as Pick Nostradamus. Because you were the person that picked it correctly. Quasimodo predicted all of us. So somebody said they're legitimately scared for France. I don't know if I'm there. France had a good qualifying campaign in a weird group. So did Spain, though. So did Spain. I mean, the real question is, Jamaica's good. Okay, FM loves Jamaica. Jamaica finished with 27 points in CONCACAF qualifying. That's more than the U.S. and Mexico. That is one less than Mexico and two more than the U.S. got in qualifying in real life. I'm back in Spain. The thing is, if something crazy happens and like Spain or France doesn't make it, which one of them doesn't make it? You know what I mean? Like, which one of them are you going to pick to be not there? All right, I think Group D is going to be boring. I'm going to leave that. I'm going to come back to it. I think Group D is going to be boring. I'm literally just going to go with Mexico, Senegal, Australia. Straight England, Mexico, Senegal, Australia. Straight down based off the pots. France, Ivory Coast, Jamaica, and Spain. It's a weird group, because I could totally see a world where Jamaica gets like 4 points and puts them right in the conversation. I could also see Jamaica just losing all 3 games. I could see Ivory Coast just losing all 3 games. Ivory Coast dominated Cameroon, which I find impressive, but obviously Spain and France dominated their qualifying groups. They're very good. I'm going to do that. Then Reggae. No, then Ivory Coast. And where's the form? You go to the Discord, then you go down to live sports predictions, and then this is the live sports save chat where you can talk about your predictions and stuff. And you click on it right there. Do I think Italy will win? In this simulation, they could. Yes, they could. I am going to... No, I think this is a really good group. I don't even think Jamaica's that bad, and I think they'll finish last. I think Football Manager loves France. I'm going to go... it's really hard not to go Brazil here. I need to pick more chaos. I know it's going to happen. I just don't know where. Well, some big team's going to lose a big game. What is it? Okay. Oh, this is so hard. Remember the qualifying. Croatia won their group, but so did Scotland. Scotland won away to Norway and won away to Denmark. Is it Norway? I can't remember. Who finished second in that group? I think it was Norway. And then it's Japan. You know, Japan is Japan, right? They made the round of 16 last time. God, this is a tough group. This is a really tough group, chat. This is a really tough group. Austria. It was Austria. Okay. It was Austria. Thank you. Yeah, oof. Wow. Croatia, I think, is going to finish second. I think Scotland's third, Japan's fourth. That's what I'm going with. Belgium, Germany, Chile, and Guinea. Well, sorry, Guinea. Sorry. I'm sorry, Guinea. I'm sorry. I don't believe in miracles, Guinea. I don't. I really am sorry. Yeah, Belgium or Germany. I think Chile's third. I think it's just picking who's Belgium or Germany. Chile was third in South America. Do I take Chile over Belgium or Chile over Germany? I don't think so. Germany was kind of untested in their group. They had one of the easier groups. It was the Romania, North Macedonia, Iceland one. And so we don't really know where Germany's at as a national team going into this. I had a heart attack. I was like, dude, the national team better be real. I had an absolute heart attack. It is, by the way. I knew it should be, but for some reason I hadn't physically looked at it yet, and I was like, Zealand? Zealand? I'm gonna take Belgium over Germany. I think this is their time. Yeah, baby! Let's go! America for spacious skies and amber waves of grain. U.S., Argentina, Poland. You know what? I actually agree with you. No, Argentina won South American qualifying. What am I doing? Poland and then South Korea is not actually that good. I think Portugal's not going to make it. I think the actual chaos, other than me putting the U.S. over Argentina, is that Portugal's not going to make it out of their group. I think we are going to get I think we're going to get Serbia, Colombia, Portugal, Iran. I think Portugal's going out in the groups. We have huge fan base in Portugal, and I really love the Portuguese people that support us, but you guys beat Bosnia and Herzegovina on penalties, and we're losing. Portugal was very unconvincing in qualifying. And obviously Serbia finished ahead of them. And Colombia has that talent to take advantage of a shaky team. Don't say that about my country. You were in this simulation, you were very shaky in qualifying. And so those are my final picks. Yeah, I've made a lot of Portuguese friends over the last month. I really am sorry. You just fire your coach, honestly. He's like Vicente Del Bosque on Spain. He's stayed too long. All right. I have finished the form. You have until we kick off the first match that we are actually until the first match kicks off to be set. So let's look at, we have our four managers that are going to help us watch this World Cup. We have Zealand, Ayal, Reese the editor, and Gadget of Streamland. And so we will watch the World Cup. The opening matches are Austria, Netherlands, Ghana, Qatar, Uruguay, Italy, and Haiti, Nigeria. What a set of matches that is. So what we're going to do is, if you've never watched a tournament with us before, we watch the last round of matches in the group stage, because that is where everything is decided. It also allows us to see every team once. So we will simulate through one day at a time. The matches the first 2 rounds of match days. And we will watch the final match day, which will be Netherlands-Ghana, which will be attended by yours truly, Jamaica and France, Brazil and Japan, and Argentina-South Korea. And then we need Ayal the Mod Man. So he will be attending Qatar, Austria, Spain, Ivory Coast, Croatia, and Scotland. The United States and Poland. Next up, your boy Reese, the editor. I honestly should copy this.
Scotland will win.
And Reese, the editor, will be attending Italy, Haiti, England, Mexico, Germany, Belgium, and Iran, Colombia. A final member of our observation team, Gadget of Streamland, will be attending Nigeria, Uruguay, Senegal, Australia, Guinea and Chile, Serbia, and Portugal. Only fitting Gadget is from Serbia. So there we go. And the game shall have be saved. At this time. When do you want me to mute alerts from the activity feed page? When we go into matches. Every other time is fine. So the first day of matches, which of course we will just be observing scores. We have set up the detail level so that we should be able to see all of it. We should be able to go into the matches and watch the goals and keep track of it. Those are domestic club competitions, international competitions, absolute maximum. International competition detail, just set it to maximum. Okay, confirm. We should be able to watch all of them. All right, first matches that are coming across. The first one is Austria, Netherlands, Ghana, Qatar, Uruguay, Haiti, Uruguay, Italy, Haiti, Nigeria. That is on the 21st, so we just have to get ourselves simming that way. And of course, once we actually simulate those games, you can no longer submit your predictions. So make sure you fill out the form. Go to the Discord, go to the live sports prediction section, click on the form, and be sure to fill it out. Be sure to fill it out. I'm gonna just advance us on towards the next day here. Is there a way to view our submissions after they are submitted? Excellent question. Hi all, is there a way for us to view our submissions after they are submitted? Oh, remember to screenshot your predictions. Never mind. You know, the interesting thing is IL can see it. So IL will be providing us updates as we go through the groups and the groups are concluded. He will provide us updates on, you know, this many people got this right and this many people got this right. Not unless you want me to get everybody's emails. Fair enough. I'd rather people not have to submit their email in order to see their results. And so take a picture of it to make sure you know what's going on. All right. All right, we're feeling good. We're feeling good. We will officially simulate the first match of this World Cup at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is 3 minutes away for you to get your predictions in, chat. That is 3 minutes for you to get your predictions in, and it is plenty of time for me to get a water. All right. Alrighty. Hello. Get your form done. You have 1 minute. You have 1 minute. Get your form done. You have a singular minute left. Hustle, hustle. We are 3 hours away from the World Cup kicking off, people. 3 hours. First match, Austria and the Netherlands. 1 minute. Fill out the form. Fill out the form. Where's the form? You got to go to the Discord. You go down to World Cup predictions, and you fill it out about as fast as humanly possible, Daniel. Not going to attend the first game for fun now. We keep it fair. We attend the third match day of all of the groups, where all of the, you get in or you don't is decided. All right, it is 1 p.m. If you don't submit it now, it's going to get locked the moment we see the first result from the World Cup. But here we go. The World Cup simulation is underway. No, it's not.
Golden Bacon, thanks for the year.
Almost underway.
Content. Let's do this.
Hey, Cooter, thank you for the golden bacon, my dude. I appreciate the year. Can't fill out the form. Too busy focusing on bacon gambling. Understood. So we're going to look at the results 1 day at a time. So the moment we get to the 22nd, we're going to look at the results for the 21st, so on and so forth. We are now officially on the 22nd. It is time to check out what's going on in the World Cup today. And it's Austria and the Netherlands at 0. Well, my Qatar pick already looks really stupid. The IUs split a pair of goals. Ekuban scored in the 17th minute, and Ghana's beaten Qatar 3-0 to take themselves top of Group A. Austria and the Netherlands. The Netherlands, they still haven't allowed a goal in the entire World Cup process because the Netherlands... they didn't allow a goal in qualifying. They haven't allowed a goal in the opening match, but they also didn't score. The Austrians got a massive point against the Netherlands. Ciro Immobile, who might just be the best player in the world on Football Manager, scores a hat trick to beat Uruguay for Italy, so a big result for the Italians early against a tough Uruguayan team. Oh, it was 0-0. Oh. It was 0-0 until the 70th minute when Victor Osimhen scored a penalty for Nigeria. Then Samuel Chukwueze, the hero for Villarreal, scores in the 73rd minute. And Nigeria picks up a crucial, necessary, and massive 3 points against Haiti to start its World Cup qualifying campaign. But... I wouldn't say any huge surprise. I'm surprised by how good Ghana was. I'm surprised at how long it took Nigeria to crack Haiti. And Italy got through Uruguay with surprising ease after going down a goal from Edinson Cavani. Austria-Netherlands is probably the most surprising result. All right, the big one is today. France and Spain, and then Ivory Coast and Jamaica in a match that one of those teams has to win. Australia and England, Mexico and Senegal. That's the next match day at this World Cup. Is England perhaps in trouble? Will Ivory Coast or Jamaica be able to make a really significant run at qualifying from that group? Like I said, they very likely need to take 3 points from that opening match to put pressure on France and Spain. Could Ghana win? I had Ghana in fourth. If they get out of that group, my predictions are completely busted. I don't think Qatar is going to get a point now after they lose. Austria is clearly good. The Netherlands, we know, is very, very good right now. Very, very good. Pause! Match day 2 of the World Cup. What do we got? England, yeah. France and Spain draw. Ivory Coast, oh, what a mess of a game. But the Ivorians have found a way to win against the Reggae Boys. It's not Damari. What's it? Yeah, it is Damari Gray. Damari Gray is sent off in the 68th minute, and then an own goal 9 minutes later to put Ivory Coast up with the 3 points. France and Spain with the draw. Oyathabal's penalty, and then Antoine Griezmann in the second half. He still got it. But England's just that good. You've got... Oh, wait. What did we change his name to the last time? We changed his name to Be a Good Person. Change his name to Be a Good Person again. So Harry Kane scored 2. Be a Good Person scored 2. And John Stones also scored a goal. There was 3 goals there late in the second half. But the Aussies have been well and truly flattened by an England team that looks prone to go back to... Yeah. England looks primed to get back into the knockout stages and perhaps more. Mexico with a very good start in what is, basically a 6-pointer in this group. I mean, obviously the World Cup, everything's a 6-pointer, but Mexico beating Senegal 2-0 on 2 goals from Raul Jimenez. Good look for CONCACAF. Good look for Mexico. Senegal got to be just kicking themselves that they couldn't do better in this match. The match was actually fairly even. You could say Senegal got FM'd. They out-XG'd Mexico by 0.17, but Mexico obviously found the finishes, found the goals, and, well, Ivory Coast was certainly the better team. I'd imagine, especially after Gray was sent off. So the Ivorians did deserve the 3 points against Jamaica. There you go. Okay. Third match day. That classic matchup between Scotland and Brazil that has haunted so many of those World Cup highlight videos, over the years. Scotland and Brazil again, I guess. Japan and Croatia, Chile, Germany, and Belgium gets to meet the debutants Guinea, the only team making their inaugural appearance in the World Cup in this cycle, the Guinean national team. All right. Well, obviously, Guinea's going to win. So. Oh, there we go. No. Got to get through the whole day. Took a flyer on Scotland finishing second. Well, any result against Brazil would be nice. Let's go, Guinea. That's the spirit. Let's go, Guinea. Come on, Guinea. Get it, Guinea. Let's go, Guinea. Come on, Guinea. Let's go, Guinea. Oh, they had the lead. Oh, no. Oh, Scotland, yes. Oh, but Guinea had the lead, and they was just tied until the 90th minute. Oh, Scotland! Ollie McBurney for Scotland! 1-1 with Brazil at the World Cup for the Scots. Vinicius Jr. equalizing right before the half, but that was it. Dude, look at that game. Look at Scotland. They put 5 at the back, and neither team had a lot of chances. And Scotland was right in this game. They out-XG'd them. They outshot them. The Scots were all over it. Croatia and Japan with a draw, which, while that's not the result that draws the eye here, is actually very important because this group is about to turn into a giant mess. Because Croatia had a chance to separate. They didn't take it. The Japanese are still competent. They're still able to compete at a high level. McBurney scores the goal against Brazil to take the lead. You can imagine the scenes in Edinburgh. Brazil able to equalize but not pull away. Germany took a while to break through. Germany actually flattened Chile. Ran them over. Werner, Havertz, Müller, Leroy Sané, Jamal Musiala. 5 goals for Germany against Chile. The Chileans look like they are in trouble. But how about Guinea? They got a goal from Mohamed Bayo, in the 8th minute. Lukaku scored in the 26th, but it was tight. Janvier sent off in the 65th minute. They hold on until the 90th when Hans Van Aken finds the goal for Belgium, a massive goal for their World Cup qualifying hope, or their World Cup hopes. You cannot be dropping points to Guinea. And he scores once a minute later as Guinea tries to shift into some sort of formation that can give them a chance to score. I want to see Guinea's goal. I just want to watch Guinea score at the World Cup. They have legitimately qualified for the World Cup, and I just want to see their goal. Look at those kits. Look at Naby Keita. In space. Bio. That was really easy. That was like they were the better team the way they scored that goal. Let's see Ollie McBurney's goal against the Brazilian national team. Of course it was a set piece. Then Vinny. Just wayward defending there. Wayward defending. Come on, Scotland. Now the U.S. is playing. That was a very interesting day of matches. Poland, Argentina, United States, South Korea, Portugal, Iran, Colombia, and Serbia. Huge tie between those two teams. Who's going to get the early advantage? Can the United States put pressure on Argentina and Poland? Portugal, maybe exposed a little bit to Iran. We will see. Iran's the team that I feel like not a lot of people are picking out of that group. Do 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 do. Oh. 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 Fire Greg. I want Greg gone by the end of the day. Fire Greg. Get Greg out. We're down 3-0 in 38 minutes. Get Greg out. Fire him at halftime. Don't even care. Fire Greg. South Korea with a monster 4-0 win that just buries the U.S. hopes at this World Cup. Argentina left it late, but they got a goal from Lautaro and then Messi after the Krakowiak red card to give Argentina the 3 points. Portugal does get the win 2-0 over Iran. Bruno Fernandes and Gonzalo Ignacio with the 2 goals. 86th minute to clinch it for Portugal. They had to play Iran at consecutive World Cups, which is not easy. Colombia and Serbia with the 0-0 draw that keeps both of those teams very, very alive going into the next 2 matches. Well, good. Super happy about that. Go US. Great work. Yeah, we got dominated, which is great. So that's fantastic. Great setup. We started Jossie, are you serious? Why is Pulisic playing right wing back? You Michael Bradley and Jossie Zardes. Matt Miazga. Greg! What are we doing? Dest is playing left back. We called Will Trapp to the World Cup. Told John I've never even watched this guy play for the U.S., okay? Whatever. Okay. Group A, match day 2. Austria, Ghana, Qatar, Netherlands, Uruguay, Haiti, Nigeria, Italy. Austria and the Netherlands drew. Ghana beat Qatar 3-0 with a couple of late goals. Let us see who might take hold of that group. Ghana does have an opportunity if they can get 3 points against Austria to clinch their qualification today. No other team, I believe, can clinch their qualification today out of either of these groups. Great prediction. Yes. Well, I still think the United States is going to finish first. Just going to win their next 2 matches. Totally fine. Totally fine. Adams is not even at the World Cup. I knew I was missing somebody. Yeah, we're going to win the next 2 matches. It's totally fine. We'll win the next 2. South Korea is one of the best teams in the world, really. They beat Germany. So... Oh, Qatar! Haiti! Nigeria! Oh, Qatar scored a first-minute goal. The first goal the Netherlands had conceded. I gotta watch that. The Netherlands in 10 qualifying matches in Europe in their first match of the World Cup had not given up a goal. And Qatar scores in the opening minute. Oh, it's just beautifully worked. Just this is their star, right? Yeah, Almoez Ali is actually like a really darn good player in real life and in Football Manager. But then Gakpo and Myron Boadu in the 85th minute wins it for the Netherlands. Dude, the Netherlands had to spend 74 minutes losing to Qatar. With, I'm sure, a bumper crowd, because this is Qatar's greatest sporting moment of all time. And then the Netherlands guts out 2 goals. Boadu in the 85th minute. And the Netherlands has 4 points and looks okay. Austria still hasn't scored or conceded. Back-to-back 0-0 draws for the Austrians as they draw Ghana. Ghana's on 4 points. Austria's on 2. Qatar's on 0, and they're officially eliminated. And then the Netherlands is also on 4. So Austria plays Qatar. Ghana and the Netherlands play each other. We're set for a wild final day in Group A. As for Group B, Uruguay and Haiti draw at 0. That is a massive result for the Haitians. Oh my God. They absolutely housed this. They took 1 shot and gave up 26. Their goalkeeper had a 9.2. Brian Silvestre at Miami FC had a 9.2 rating. Game of his life. 11 saves. Oh, Suarez missed a penalty. Oh my. Man, that bites. These ratings are harsh, okay? They're harsh. That bites, dude. Wow. Haiti absolutely houses a draw against Uruguay. And that means Haiti is still alive going to the final day. Italy and Nigeria with the draw. Honestly, monster result here. Italy took the lead 2 separate times. The Nigerians claw it back twice. Alex Iwobi scored. Victor Osimhen scores for Nigeria. And Nigeria and Italy are on 4 points. Uruguay and Haiti are on 1 point. Haiti plays Italy, and if they win, there's a chance that they go to the World Cup. I'm just saying. If Haiti wins, the door is open for them to go to the World Cup. They've at least kept their to go to the World Cup. Zealand, the knockout stages. You got to get the wording right here. It's kind of important. We're already at the World Cup. Uruguay plays Nigeria. If Uruguay's got to win by 3, I think. Yeah, goal difference than goals scored. So this group looks interesting, but because Uruguay didn't score against Haiti and Suarez missed a penalty, even if Uruguay wins 2-0, both goal differences would be tied and Nigeria would have more goals for us. So if Uruguay wins like 3-, no, Uruguay's got to win by 3. Uruguay has to win by 3 goals, which I suppose is possible, but Nigeria and Italy have got to be feeling pretty good about themselves, because Haiti also would need to win by 3 goals in order to go through to the next round, which I think, well, the odds of that are insane. But Haiti did get a point at the World Cup, which is huge for the Haitians, because I don't think they got a point the last time they went to a World Cup, and this is their 2nd World Cup appearance. Last time they went to a World Cup, they they finished 4th in their group in 1974. Okay. Oh wait, I looked at the wrong thing for Guinea. They haven't been to a World Cup before. It's Guinea. Yeah, this is their first World Cup. I was right. I study this stuff too much. Okay, but Group A is going to be wild. Group C, Jamaica, Spain, France, Ivory Coast. Spain and France on a point. Ivory Coast on 3. Jamaica lost that 1-0 Ivory Coast last time. Australia's on no points, but Mexico's on 3. They play each other. And Senegal plays England. The Senegalese are going to need a serious turnaround result after their 2-0 defeat in a very narrow contest against Mexico. Show the pen. Okay. Sorry. I'm showing the pen. We will show the pen. I stopped it before the match just kicked off. Okay. Show Luis Suarez missed penalty against Haiti. Got it. And it's Luis Suarez to open the second half with a goal for Uruguay. And a save by Silvestre. It wasn't really like a terrible, it wasn't a good penalty, obviously, but it's not like he skied it. He just hit a stern shot at a good savable height, and Silvestre made the save. That's how you get a 9.2, man. That's how you get a 9.2. Oh, we'll watch Bawadu's winning goal. I mean, that's an important moment at this World Cup to give Netherlands the 4 points and knock Qatar out. 85th minute on the road. Oh, he's just so much faster than their center backs. Just hoof it and hope, and it opened right up for him. All right. Huge goal for the Dutch in the chat. Austin says, Byron broke my heart. I hope he can make my day today. Where's Saudi Arabia? They're my boys. They qualified in real life. Oh, well, I'm sorry to break your heart again. They failed to qualify. They finished 4th in their qualifying group, and actually behind Syria, who went through to the Asian playoff and the Intercontinental playoff, but then lost there to Haiti on away goals. But you got it. We'll keep up the hard work, and we'll keep the vibes great today. Holy heartbreak, man. Too many these days. I know. At least Saudi Arabia's in the World Cup in real life, so you got that going for you. Australia gets a point. Hey, you gotta believe. You gotta believe, man. You gotta believe. Will I do a similar FM World Cup simulation live? Yes. So what we're gonna do is when the World Cup teams are actually set, I need to turn off that autosave. We are going to create a database with the correct World Cup in it. And we're going to simulate it 100 times, and we're going to put together the results the way that you're hoping that we would do, right? But the first simulation we'll watch as part of a live sports save. You understand what I'm saying? So we'll do this as part of our live sports save here. We'll do so we'll do 100 simulations of it, and the first simulation we will watch. I should be the US coach? Yes, I should. Whoever said Australia gets a point, copium. Australia got a point, and they're still alive. Jamaica with a very hard-fought defeat to Spain, 2-1. They gave up the goal to break the deadlock in the 65th. Ferran Torres in the 79th, only for Vassal to score in the 93rd. Ivory Coast beaten by France handily 3-0. Varane, Pogba, Antoine Griezmann again. The Ivorians have 3, France has 4, Spain has 4, and that sets us up for a spicy final day. The Jamaicans are around, but they are officially eliminated after the intense effort against the Spanish national team. And Jamaica did score a goal at the World Cup, so that's fun. But the Aussies down 2-0. Jesus Corona and Raul Jimenez of Mexico's feeling good, but then an own goal and Juric in the 87th minute to put Australia in a fringe position to qualify. Let's watch. So, Mexico's up 2-0. They won their opening match against Senegal 2-0. They're trying to keep things chill, and then an own goal. That was the 81st minute, and then here come the Aussies, the Socceroos, on the move, and it's Juric, and it's Juric, and Australia scored. The 87th minute to keep them alive at the World Cup. The Aussies, they're going to need they're going to need England to beat the bejesus out of Mexico is what they're going to need. Because Senegal is officially eliminated. Jack Grealish in the 25th, Saka in the 56th. England seen away Senegal and Australia. They're on 6 points. They're feeling very good about themselves. England is the first team to qualify officially for the next round. They cannot be passed. So what needs to happen essentially is Australia needs to beat Senegal, and England needs to beat Mexico by like 3, 4, 5 goals to bring the goal difference back, right? The goal difference needs to change by 7. Which means Australia likely needs to score 2 or 3 goals and they win against Senegal, and England just needs to beat up Mexico. It's possible. We'll see if it actually, it'll be one of those things where pretty early on in the match day, you'll know whether it's going to happen or not. Juric to Juric. Yeah, that's that magic Juric to Juric connection that always powers the Aussies. Croatia in this group where everybody has a point. Scotland drew Brazil. Croatia drew Japan. Huge second match day. Scotland, Japan, Croatia, and Brazil. That is a tough spot to be in. Guinea plays Germany. Guinea actually had a 1-1 match with Belgium until the 90th minute, so maybe they can cause a serious surprise. Chile lost to Germany by 5. This is basically their chance to try and get into the next round because they play against Belgium and they essentially need to win that match because a draw just would not be good enough. You have to assume that Germany is going to win that match against Guinea. But I think we are all Guinea here today and would love to see, after what a ridiculous effort they put forth against Belgium, we would love to see Guinea actually be able to do something. I know. Swedish orangutan. I thought the first Juric was, obviously it said goals scored by Juric. So I thought that dude was going to bend it into the top corner and then he crossed it. And I'm like, how's this going? And then some dude named Juric popped up and headed it home. So the Aussies, yeah, easy. So the first day of World Cup simulation, we always finish the group stage. And then the second day of World Cup simulation, which will be on Friday, we do the knockouts. So it's always a 2-day event when we do most live sports. Is a 2-day event. Scotland! Chile might be the worst team at this World Cup. Germany beats them by 5. Belgium beats Chile by 5. Spirited effort from Guinea again. 0-0 at halftime between Germany and Guinea before Leroy Sané and then a late Goretzka goal to put them away. But it's McTominay and Ryan Christie that have powered Scotland over Japan. The Scots have 4 points. And so does Brazil on a 2-1 win. Brazil went down again. They were down to Scotland. They go down to Croatia. Kramaric scores the penalty, but then Brazil gets one from Gabi Jesus, and Neymar scores a penalty to give Brazil the 4 points. It has not been comfortable, but Brazil and Scotland are on 4. Japan and Croatia are on 1. And the final match is Croatia and Scotland. The final match is Brazil and Japan. And what that means is this is going to be a very nervy final day in Group E. For all 4 teams involved, because it has been a tight contest. And meanwhile, Chile gives up 2 to Lukaku, to Torgan Hazard, and Axel Witsel scores a goal as well. 4 second-half goals. Chile looking absolutely terrible. And Group F is the first group that has officially settled itself. Belgium and Germany on 6 apiece. Guinea well ahead of Chile on goal difference because the Chileans have lost consecutive 5-0 matches, while Guinea has honestly kept it respectable. It's not like they got absolutely wiped away by Germany. Sure, they didn't create a lot, but they didn't give up a ton. I don't know what's going on with Chile. They're not creating anything. They're getting absolutely flattened. They finished 3rd in South American qualifying. They just got exposed. Oh, good. U.S. against Argentina. Poland and South Korea. South Korea's on 3 points. Argentina's on 3 points. They have a chance, if both of them win, to clinch qualification to the next round. Colombia and Portugal. Portugal has 3. Colombia's got 1, and so does Serbia. Iran needs a result against the Serbians to keep themselves alive. And this is the last day that we are not watching the matches. It's the final 2 groups to be settled up here. The final 2 groups. The U.S. is winning this match, dude. I don't care. The U.S. is winning this match. A little bit of an outlier against South Korea. A little bit of an outlier. The United States is going in for the win. For the win. And we are about to start actually being able to watch these matches take place. Yeah, give me a good come on Seattle in the crowd, please. Give me a come on Seattle in the crowd. Argentina and the U.S. have actually played a competitive match before in the Copa America in 2016, and we did not win. Oh! Argentina with an Angel Di Maria goal in the 86th minute has beaten the United States, and the U.S. is out of the World Cup because South Korea has drawn against Poland. That means that South Korea's on 4, Poland's on 1, and the U.S. is on, of course, a fat 0. Let's watch the goal that broke our hearts. But first, let's watch the only bright spot of this entire World Cup, Gio Reyna to Weston McKennie. On a corner, which is what we do. That is kind of what we do, and that's a big goal. And then Angel Di Maria scores in the 86th minute to give Argentina 6 points and send them through to the next round. Fire Greg into the sun. Get him out of here. Who was the better team between Poland and South Korea? It was actually Poland. Poland will be hard done. They didn't win that game. They had a 1.5 XG. Portugal, Bernardo Silva and Rafael Leao score the goals. Is that James? That's got to be James Rodriguez scores the goal for Colombia, but it's not enough. Colombia's on a point. Serbia's on 2 and Iran's on 1. So this is going to be a crazy last match day. Colombia plays Iran. Serbia plays Portugal. Portugal is on 6 points. They're through. Serbia's on 2, thanks to Dusan Tadic not only scoring a penalty to tie the match, but also getting sent off 22 minutes later, which I believe is a Gordie Howe hat trick or something. There you go. But Iran, they probably... Now they got completely outplayed, but they did score a goal. Golizade with a big goal for Iran to keep them alive. So Colombia and Iran are playing where if either team wins that match, they're probably through as long as Portugal beats Serbia. But of course, Serbia beat Portugal in qualifying. So if Serbia wins, they're through. They are in control of their own destiny playing against Portugal. We know that. But now it is time for Clive Livingsworth and some, we finally get to watch some matches. The first group that we will be observing, Ghana, Netherlands, Austria, and Qatar. Very interesting situations here because Ghana and the Netherlands are playing each other, which means if they draw, Austria has to win by 2, at least. Yes, if they draw, Austria has to win by 2. And if they draw and Austria wins by 2 goals, or they win like 3-2 or something, that would also do it. Depending on what the Netherlands and Ghana draw it. It's very convoluted because the whole goals for after goal difference thing. Netherlands could get knocked out. And obviously if Ghana wins and Austria wins, Netherlands is out. If Netherlands wins and Austria wins, Ghana is out. Qatar does not have a path to make it. But those are the matches we are set to watch. All right, the favorite for this match, Ghana is 38th in the world, Netherlands is 9th. So the first wager of the live sports save will be Netherlands to win or Ghana to win or draw. That is the wager to put up in the chat. But the first match is Austria and Qatar, which means the first wager, love how that just showed us the wrong one. The first wager is Austria to win or Qatar to win or draw. The host nation that played the Netherlands incredibly tight. They held the Netherlands to 1-1 until the 85th minute of play, when the Netherlands scored a heartbreaking goal for all of Qatar. Austria, who has not scored or conceded at this World Cup, 2 0-0 draws have put them in position with a win against the host nation to take themselves into the knockout stage, essentially no matter what happens, as long as Austria scores at least 2 goals. Okay, now you know the wager is up. Qatar and Austria. Will it be a Qatar win or draw, or will it be an Austria win? Remember, the odds that you get on your wager are determined by the number of people that have wagered on each side, and we already have 825,000 bacon on Austria, 80,000 on Qatar, which means Qatar is getting about 12-1 there for a moment. Austria, the heavy favorites. The biggest wager on Austria, a massive 225,000 from Kai BLM. Trying to add to that bacon. Each bet will be 2 minutes. If you miss it, that's on you. You hear it from our official host, Ayal. Okay, now we head to Clive Livingsworth for our first match of the 2022 World Cup final round. Match day 3. Well, ladies and gentlemen and enemies, welcome to the World Cup in Qatar. It is a very fascinating set of ties in Group A. First, Qatar and Austria. If Austria fails to win this match here today, then it will be guaranteed that the Netherlands and Ghana will be into the next round. If Austria does win, things are going to get very nervous between Ghana and the Netherlands trying to get themselves into the round of 16. We'll be watching this match on Key Highlights. You are correct. Austria drawing 85% of the wagers on a 1 to 1.2 ratio, while Qatar is getting a 1 to 7, a 1 to 6 here. The largest wager on Qatar is Strike Mirror with 40,000 bacon. Still the largest wager on Austria is at 225,000 from Kaibi LM. 217 wagers on Austria, 123 on Qatar. The wager is done. The teams are ready and they are taking the field. Final round of matches at the World Cup in Qatar. Austria has not scored and has not conceded, and they've come out in a classic 5 at the back formation. Weber, Posch, Trauner, Leimer, David Alaba, Schläger, Baumgartner, Gruhl, Sabitzer, and Erkin-Kara leading the line. For Qatar, it's that 4-3-3 with Ali, their superstar forward, and the creative wing, Hassan Al-Haidos. They do have players that can make a difference, Qatar, but it's been Austria that's really dominated early. 9 shots to 1. Abdul Karim Hassan's gone for goal, and Patrick Pence somewhat nervously able to push it over the bar. But Qatar has a corner, the crowd egging them on. Fatih, and Trauner sees it away. Qatar has a goal at the World Cup, but they do not have a point. And if they get a point, they've ruined Austria's World Cup chances in the process. The Austrians, they've got plenty of shots, but really none that have seriously threatened the goal of Qatar. And it's a match that Qatar would not be disappointed with. The Austrian attack would be disappointed with. Abdulaziz Hatim. Ali. Ali with a driving run, well tackled by Stefan Posch. Alaba, likely his last major tournament. Gruhl. Saver Schläger. Erkin-Kara on for Gruhl. Gruhl in a channel. He's on for Erkin-Kara. And this might be a countering chance for Qatar. Al-Sheeb. Oh, he's turned it over and it's Sabitzer. He's hit the post. Oh, Marcel Sabitzer could have done all the work for Austria. Al-Sheeb's the luckiest man on the planet right now. His poor service nearly cost his nation a moment of pride and glory. Qatar really wants a point. They want 3 points at home, and they've played a solid match, to be honest. Austria need to break through, and they need to do it quickly. And the Austrians have 30 minutes to find a goal, or it will be Qatar that hang on for a point against Austria. Vienna on the edge of its seat. Gruhl, Baumgartlinger. And it's Al-Sheeb that's behind it for Qatar. Oh, Al-Sheeb's turned it over again. Erkin-Kara's turned down the shot, but there is a ton of space for Alaba. Alaba in towards Erkin-Kara. Oh! He's left it over the post. The big forward for Austria cannot convert. And now it's Abdul Karim Hassan. Towards Afif. He's gone down! Oh, my word! Oh, goodness me! This could be a penalty of massive consequence in Vienna and in Doha. Qatar might have a chance for all three. And they do. Afif was fouled. And Afif will take it. Patrick Pence, all that stands between Austria and ignominy. And he cannot save it. What a penalty! You're not saving this from Akram Afif. And Qatar can hardly believe it. The host nation leads against European representative Austria. And Austria need 2 goals to stay alive. Gruhl, Xaver Schläger, David Alaba, Austria. Oh, it's got down. It's Arnautovic. He's been fouled. Would you believe it? Marko Arnautovic bungled into, and it's a penalty for Austria that Marcel Sabitzer absolutely has to score to keep Austria alive. They have not scored at this World Cup. Austria. Sabitzer trying and needs to change that. Al-Sheeb in goal. Sabitzer, he scores just past the fingertips of Al-Sheeb. And Austria need another one. They need another one to stay alive at the World Cup. But it's a start for Austria, Marcel Sabitzer. And is there another highlight for us? There is. What a match. Fatih. Ahmed Al-Alim. Buriaf. Fatih. Ahmed Al-Aldin. Ali! Is he onside? A hush has fallen over the crowd. If anyone's onside, it might have been Ahmed Al-Aldin, and it is disallowed. It's disallowed for the host nation. And he is offside, Ahmed Al-Aldin. Austria need a goal. 4 minutes to get it. 2 minutes to get it. They won't get it. Qatar has stunned the Austrians and clinched the Netherlands and Ghana into the next round. What a result for the Qataris at their own World Cup. Austria finally scores a goal, but they also concede. And that was all that was necessary. Austria is out. They are on 3 points. The Netherlands and Ghana are on 4. Austria has drawn all 3 matches in the group. Qatar finishes with a point and with their head held high on a fabulous result to end their campaign hosting this World Cup. The next match is starting in moments. It's Ghana and the Netherlands. The Netherlands, the favorite for wagering purposes, but let's get the teams on the field. This is to determine who will be first in the group. That is what we are trying to figure out here today. Ghana in the Netherlands. Ghana has the advantage on goal difference. This means that the Netherlands has to win to be the 1 seed out of the group. If Ghana gets a win or a draw, as we see in the prediction, then Ghana will be the 1 seed out of the group. But what we do know, with the favor of hindsight or future sight or whatever it might be, is both of these teams will be in the knockout stages of the World Cup. Austria has fallen against Qatar. It is finished 1-1. And the Dutch, the favorite for this wager, you click up at the top of the chat there and you do have a wager between these two teams. We've already had plenty wagered. 65%, 68% on the Netherlands right now. That means Ghana's getting 3-1. We got 109,000 from Zagrus on the Netherlands, but 56,000 from JT voted on Ghana. 107 on the Netherlands and 68 on Ghana when it comes to this wager. We'll get to look at the starting lineups as these two teams are coming out onto the field. We got Myron Boadu up top, Depay, Stings, Kluivert, De Jong, Wijnaldum. That back line of Van Dijk and De Ligt. But who do we have for Ghana? That narrow front three with Kudu, Sayu and Ekubon, Partey, Duncan and Sowa. A very accomplished midfield. And there's your look. Austria will draw Qatar. And that means that Ghana and the Netherlands are through. But in what order? And that can make all the difference when it comes to how easy your draw is going to be in the round of 16. Because we are about to get underway. We've got 1.7 million that's been put up on the Netherlands. Insanity. But Ghana's got 450,000. 250,000 from Looney Loser on the Netherlands to win. 1.128 the odds there. But Ghana's now catching 4.5 to win or draw in this match. And I believe the wager has come to a close. Thank you very much. Nisol for the 4 months in the Prime. Mataran, thank you for the 3 months. And Strickland Ben, thank you for the Tier 1. Welcome to the Hammers. We're underway! The Netherlands and Ghana to wrap up Group A and see who will finish first. Netherlands had a whale of a time with Qatar, scoring an 85th minute winner and a 75th minute equalizer against the host nation. Anmoez Saleh scored against them in the first minute. That's the only goal that the Netherlands has conceded in 12 World Cup matches going back through qualifying. Where Ghana just gutted their way through an always difficult African qualifying section. And then produced a really, really nice win against Qatar. What looks like a really nice win now against Qatar, 3-0 in the opening match, and then summoned a draw in the following match against Austria, 0-0. First chance maybe befalling the Black Stars. Chimpong. Soa, Duncan, looking for Kudus, keeps it. Ayew, shot blocked. It will be a corner. It was De Ligt that stepped to him. Kudus. Seen away by Virgil van Dijk. But Ghana certainly looking up for this game. Thomas Partey is trying to start one. It's just a corner. Well, Mohamed Kudus with an in-swinging left foot, and the header has gone away. Akubon settled it. He's already got a goal at this World Cup. Jiku, Soa. Thomas. Soa. Comfortable in possession, Ghana, in the attacking half of the field. Duncan. Thomas Partey. Kwateng. Controls nicely. Whipped ball towards Ayew. Settled by Soa. Look at the Ghanaians go. Oh, we're on comprehensive. Well, that would explain why we're seeing so many highlights. So now we're on to key. My apologies. De Jong. Wijnaldum is the Netherlands now have hold of the ball. Kluivert. Their tactics starting to come forward. Jurrien Timber. Timber on the move. Memphis! Drives it straight into the post, but what a flash from the Netherlands after 17 minutes of silence. Memphis Depay now on the corner. They've got big targets to aim for. He's found none of them, though. Kluivert driving ahead towards Memphis Depay. This is his tournament. You think he's gone towards Boadu. What a play by Salisu. Gets a foot in for Ghana. Necessary. Now the service sent away by Thomas Partey. Ghana up for it defensively. They're in the right spots. De Ligt, De Jong. Looked progressive for a moment, Daley Blind. Settling things down for the Netherlands, but it is 0-0, and right now that keeps Ghana at top of the group. Jurrien Timber. Jiku Kwateng. It's Ghana not really playing as direct as you would have expected in this match. They've used the width of their wing backs and managed to keep hold and work their way ahead. To sharp take by Ayew. Chimpong. Salisu. Salisu's gone ahead for Kudus, who slipped in. Oh, wow! Sometimes you know you're seeing a very big moment indeed. And the defense forgot all about Mohamed Kudus. And the pass was right on him, and the shot was right into Bilo. And he simply can't believe it, and it's 0-0. My word, what a moment that could have been. Mohamed Kudus, who's had a wonderful tournament. No goal for him, and you won't get a much better chance than that. He knows it. You have to just move on. And Ghana's won the 50-50 ball again. Soa. Chimpong marauding forward. A full switch to Akubon. Ghana looking full of ideas at the moment. Thomas Partey, Soa, Chimpong, well taken. Chimpong Trying for a better service than the last one. Goes for Soa, and it's taken away. Donny van de Beek's given it away. Kudus, he's got the ball in front, and it's Ayew, and he has to score! Jordan Ayew for Ghana! The worst time to lose it for Donny van de Beek. And Mohamed Kudus redeems himself, holds his nerve, whips it in. Bilo tries to deal with it, and it just goes right to Jordan Ayew, who takes his time and scores for Ghana. And the Black Stars have returned from the depths of failed qualification to potentially finish top of this group, and they look good. Bilo. It's just the second goal the Netherlands has conceded in the entire World Cup process. 10 clean sheets in qualification, 1 in this tournament against Austria. Duncan, Soa, this is just beautiful from Ghana. Kudus, Mohamed Kudus in towards Ayew, and he scores again! And the Black Stars will be dancing their way into the knockout stages in style. Ghana is back. Mohamed Kudus creating both goals. Jordan Ayew finishing both of them off. And that was a finish. And the Netherlands will have Qatar to thank for their existence in the next round. If Austria had beaten Qatar, the Netherlands would be out. After a brilliant qualifying campaign, 2 teams here that normally do make the World Cup that missed in 2018. So they're both happy to be back, and they'll both be happy to be in the knockouts, but Ghana will be the happier at the moment. Gakpo towards Bawadu, and oh, wow, they've called it back here. And they're saying Bawadu was pushed by Kwarteng. And could this put the Netherlands back on track to try and get the number 1 seed? He was pushed, and it will be Bawadu against Ziggy. Myron scores! And the Netherlands is alive. They need 2 to finish top of the group. Myron Bawadu having himself a tournament. That's his 2nd goal. And it was calmly taken. Now the set piece. The energy is high. The header. Oh, ho, ho. Delict was not far away. Ghana's now on its heels. The Netherlands, they're going for it. They have to go for it. And there's no reason not to go for broke. And they've got their set piece. But it's knocked down by Kwarteng. And there is some space up the field for Ghana. Jiku. Back for Ziggy. And he'll loft one towards Jordan Ayew, but it's won by Virgil van Dijk. Jurrien Timber. It's a running ball for Gakpo, but he's got the space. He does not have the pass. Depay. Gravenberch towards the back post, and Gakpo! What a save by Ziggy! How's he covered that ground, and then he's just parried it into an awkward position, but Kwarteng's able to clear. What a save by Ziggy! It was unusual. Unorthodox, but effective. To the back post, Salisu clears. And Ghana's 2-1 lead is safe for a few more moments. Delict. Look at that save by Ziggy. Right on the line. Just absolutely want to watch that one again. What a save! Natural goalkeeping from Ziggy. Unbelievable. And here we go. The final couple of minutes, and Ghana has done this. They have done. A penalty for the Netherlands is not enough. Mohamed Kudus with an assist, and he created both goals. Jordan Ayew scored both goals, and Ghana has won 2-1 and has topped the group with 7 points. I picked them fourth. They finished first. Isn't that just how it happens? What a result for Ghana. The Black Stars through. Netherlands also through with 4 points. Austria with 3 points is out. And Qatar with 1 point is out. Well, that is wild. Okay. We'll see who we've got for our next match here. Haiti and Italy. Let's fire up the prediction, chat. I have a feeling it might be one of the most lopsided of all time. So according to IOL, 2 people out of the 305 that filled out prediction forms got Group A exactly right, with Ghana, Netherlands, Austria, then Qatar. I was not one of those 2 people. Appreciate your faith in the Black Stars, though. It has paid off. Back to Clive Livingsworth for Group B's conclusion. Well, what we have here is a classic tale of David and Goliath. The Haitian national team at its second World Cup and first in 50 years. Taking on one of the giants of the world game, one of the few nations that's ever won the World Championship, the World Cup in Italy. Now, for the Haitians, this will be a dream, not only for the players on the pitch, but for the fans, for the country itself, to see its nation represented on such a stage in a match the world is watching against one of the teams that is made up so much of football's rich history. Haiti and Italy. The Haitians do technically have a chance to get to the knockout stages. If they can win this match by multiple goals, Haiti would do the absolutely unthinkable and put themselves into the knockout stages, potentially knocking out the Italian national team. Now, they have 1 point thanks to their draw 0-0 with Uruguay in the last match that proved that Haiti can hang at this level. As for the predictions, we have an incredible 3 million on the Italians, including 250,000 from Vacherized. But Nieselbell has gone in with 100,000 on Haiti on 8-1 odds. Absolutely insane wager here. And 422 total thousand is wagered on the Haitians. Simply incredible. Go Lucky Edwards, thank you for the 3 months. Darkskin Hefe, thank you for the 6 months. Ange the Ruthless, thank you for the 17 months. Big time wagers going both directions. Italy and Haiti at the World Cup in Qatar. The Haitian national team rocking their traditional kits. The Italians going with a green here today. The blue can't be won, and this was offside. This was surely offside. Very early strike for the Italians, but Locatelli had strayed well beyond the back line for Haiti. Just a shot across the bow, and maybe a moment of celebration before they realized that Manuel Locatelli was surely offside. The Haitians are here, they're alive, and they do have a shot to make the next round of the World Cup. They are alive on the final day. But they need a win in order to do that. And it's a free kick from some distance for Nicolo Barella. Barella, what a save by Silvestre! Oh my goodness me! But eventually it's gone in, and that's just unfortunate. Chiesa smashed it home. And Italy does lead against Haiti on 13 minutes. Nicolo Barella's free kick saved fabulously by Silvestre. And then Chiesa off the post. It's gone right back to him and put Silvestre out the way. And Federico Chiesa's not going to waste that chance. But what a save by Silvestre, and it looked for the moment like something magic was in the air. The Haitians have settled possession. Pierre, Michel, running at the defense with some serious intent here. Michel lofted the ball. It's a great pass out for Etienne, the captain. Back towards Arivo and Arcus. Arivo is taken by Pellegrini, and the Italians to strike quickly. Immobile! It's got through Ade. What a play by Le France! Has taken it back for Haiti. But now it's Di Lorenzo, and he's just got the license to go flying forward. Chiesa. Chiesa to the end line. On for Barella. For Di Lorenzo. And Pellegrini! And the Italians will not make the same mistake as Uruguay. They will not wait to try and put Haiti away. It's Pellegrini who launched that counter-attack a few moments ago, who has smashed it home with authority. The Italians playing with the confidence you would hope they would have against an unfamiliar foe in Haiti. A Haitian team that stunned many with their brilliant campaign out of CONCACAF. 19 points in qualifying, good enough for the playoff position. Insigne is onside here. He's onside, and Italy are up 3-0 inside 27 minutes. And the fabulous Haitian result against Uruguay has faded quickly. But Haiti will certainly have great memories to take from this tournament outside of this result against an Italian team that seems to be on a mission after missing the World Cup 4 years ago. They won the Euros, and they're trying to go all the way this time, and they will not let Haiti derail them. But there is so much pride tied into this sort of appearance for a team like Haiti. Aide knocks it down. Arivo, Michel. Certainly looked lively. Ade, so well represented in the French leagues, the Haitians. MLS representatives as well. Arivo has dropped the ball towards Michel, and he's in behind here. Michel! Saved by Donnarumma. A bit complacent from the Italian defense, and Michel, a bundle of energy, found himself with a pocket of space, and that could have been something for the Haitians, and they know it. Arivo found the pass, and here he is again, Arivo. He's trying to drop it to Michel, but he knew he was offside. Locatelli, Barella, Pellegrini. The Haitians happy to give up space and get back and set themselves up to try and stymie the Italians again. Insigne towards the back post, and it's Chiesa, and that is top class. It's clean, it's precise, it's technically brilliant. Insigne's control was on point. He knows he's going to be able to create some space with a stop, and he's whipped it with such pace that Silvestre can't clear it. And Federico Chiesa's got 2 goals for Italy. And they've got a chance for more. The set piece, and it might be a penalty. It might just be a penalty, and I believe Simonsen bodied Immobile out of the way, and Chiesa for the first half. Hat-trick, and he scores! And Italy leads 5-0. It's a steamrolling for the Italians. And after 2 very respectable efforts from Haiti at this tournament, Italy has proven too much to survive. They had the one chance in on goal that they could not take. But that has been essentially the whole story. Immobile as well taken, and that might just be 6. Off the mistake for Haiti. And the Haitians' heads seemingly gone, the golf and quality exposed, but the Haitian national team certainly on the come-up. They finished ahead of Honduras, of Costa Rica. They drew Uruguay on the world's biggest stage. A result they can cherish for a long time to come. But today will be a day they'd rather forget. Arivo. For Alcius, for Pierre. As Haiti will look to salvage some pride here, Etienne. So vicious ball that Bastoni's dealt with, and Ciro Immobile searches for Lorenzo Insigne. Insigne on his right. And really a poor effort by his standards. From a position that he absolutely could have scored from. The Haitians don't have a shot, which we know is not true because we watched them shoot, but we'll just ignore that fact. Because the Italian national team has taken care of business. And what, in another world, in another universe, could have been a nervous day for them. Bonucci. Bastoni. Jorginho. Raspadori. Got the overlap here on the outside. Haiti's really packed it into the middle. Chiesa has already got his hat-trick. Pellegrini! And it's 7. Oh, the shot was offside. Well, there you go. Manuel Pellegrini with his second. Haiti conceding just a bit too much space to him, and he really didn't waste it. It was a fabulous shot by Manuel Pellegrini. And the goalkeeper from the United States, 2nd Division, Silvestre, no match for it. And the Italians have done to Haiti what many feared every team would do to Haiti at this tournament. It is a credit to the Haitians that this is the only blowout that they have suffered, considering the level that many of their players play at. They've done their nation proud. They've made it here. They've taken a point from Uruguay. But that is all they would like to remember. A 7-0 from Italy against the Haitians. And we'll just move it on to the next match. There you go. I don't remember I don't know what Pellegrini that is, to be perfectly honest. Manuel Pellegrini's the coach. Cool. Thank you, Brain. It was Lorenzo Pellegrini, of course. That's exactly what I said initially. We look at the World Cup group here. You've got Nigeria with 4 points, 4 goals for in, 4 points, and a goal difference of +2. You have Uruguay, goal difference of -2 and 1 goal for. Uruguay needs to win by 3 goals. Essentially. That is the only way that Uruguay survives in this match. But this is the moment for Nigeria. They have drawn the Italians in fabulous form. They have beaten the Haitians in a tight-fought match. And that is something that Uruguay could not do. Uruguay drawing against Haiti, losing to Italy, and now they find themselves against Nigeria needing a 3-goal victory to advance. The favorite in this match... Oh, right. Kind of supposed to look that up, aren't I? Is Uruguay. Uruguay is the favorites. The wager is Uruguay to win or Nigeria to win or draw, even though Nigeria is the team that just needs a loss by 2 goals or less in order to make it to the knockout stages of the World Cup, because they were able to take care of their business against the Haitian national team that suffered a cruel fate against the Italians earlier today. The prediction is up. Nigeria to win or draw, or will it be Uruguay to win? Suarez and Cavani for one last ride. They need to win by 3, but that's not what the wager is about. It's just an Uruguay win in general. Nigeria looking to win, draw, or lose by 2 or less. And then the Nigerians, having qualified in a penalty shootout over Algeria in African qualifying, will be into the round of 16. Ghana's already there. Ghana's clinched its ticket along with the Netherlands, the second place finishing team in this group, which is one of these 2 teams, will be playing against Ghana, while the Netherlands will be playing against a supercharged Italian side in the round of 16, it would seem. If Nigeria is able to win this match by 8 goals, then they would finish first in the group. The prediction is still running, and we do have an interesting tilt now where it's gone to Uruguay to win. Nigeria's win or draw has gone to better at 2-1. We've got 200,000 from Andy Ski on the Uruguay win, while 90,000 from that guy Waldo is the biggest wager on Nigeria's win or draw chances. Let's get things underway. Let's bring the teams out, shall we? There they are, Uruguay, shocked and stunned by their draw with Haiti. Nigeria, proud of their result against Haiti and their draw against the Italians. It's showtime. Cavani. Is it Uruguay with the first move? So often a competitive force at World Cups. Valverde. Viña. Valverde. Rodrigo Bentancur. Viña. It's a sharp stuff, sharp ball movement. Bentancur. Lofted ball for Jimenez. Settled well, but Nigeria's shape is holding. Bentancur orchestrating. Valverde. Nicolas de la Cruz. Oh, my word! It's a steamer from Nicolas de la Cruz. And it's an early Uruguay lead that they desperately needed. They needed goals from somewhere, and they get them from the bald beauty, Nicolas de la Cruz. What a strike! Got another look at this one. It's just gone zipping through Okoye. What a hit! At the World Cup, at a pivotal match, and Uruguay needs to win by 3. That's a start. An early goal like that will really put the idea in everyone's mind. But Nigeria have really settled things down. The De La Cruz goal still the only shot of the match. Nigeria at this point is still okay. They have a cushion, in fact, of another goal that they can concede without being knocked out of the knockout stages. Adarabio. Akpaguma on for Zaidu. Dennis going to stretch the defense on for Iwobi. That's a teasing ball that's headed away by Viña, and Nicolas de la Cruz with that pep in his step. Viña. Coates. Araujo. Bentancur, so instrumental in the build-up to the last goal. Nico Lopez. Luis Suarez. The pressure is on now. De La Cruz! And he was offside, I believe. Trying to have the game of his life, Nicolas de la Cruz. He's made a driving run at the Nigerian defense. And he's just fractionally offside, or Uruguay would have really started the party. And Valverde's ball a bit late. De La Cruz a bit early, perhaps more accurate wording. Suarez on a free kick. Oh, do they need this? Oh, ho, ho. Luis Suarez missed that penalty against Haiti, which would change things completely. But Uruguay, as it stands, are going out. They lead 1-0 against Nigeria. And Nigeria seems very content to prop it up and defend, control the game. No obvious chances coming. Uruguay's going to have to earn its goals. The second half is upon us. Uruguay needs 2 goals, so they are out, and Nigeria goes through. The Nigerians know what must be done to survive this, and Uruguay cannot create those clear chances. Muslera, so long the goalkeeper for Uruguay. Part of this generation with Suarez and Cavani, but look at De La Cruz! He's on! And he's been poked away by Ezebue, who might have made the defensive play of the decade for Nigeria. Oh my goodness. That was insane. Just gonna leave it. I have no idea where it is. Ezebue coming from behind, making maybe the play of his life to get a toe in and put off Nicolas de la Cruz. And Uruguay still tumbling out. There's 20 minutes left to play. The Uruguayans have not been able to involve Suarez and Cavani, their vaunted forward line. And now it's Nigeria on a corner arc. Pagoma! And that should do it! Kevin Okpaguma above the fray. And Nigeria has equalized and very likely eliminated Uruguay, who need 3 goals in 10 minutes. They've played defense. They got the set piece. This has been brilliantly executed by Nigeria tactically. De La Cruz. Sprightly into the middle. Cavani! And they got it right back. They've got it right back as Uruguay. Edinson Cavani. And the goal will stand, and it's De La Cruz who's made it. Nicolas De La Cruz, who still plies his trade in South America. He might not for much longer. Cavani, maybe his last match in an Uruguay shirt. He's not ready to give it up yet. So if Uruguay scores another goal, they would have 4 goals for. Nigeria would have 5. So no, it's still Nigeria. Because with the 2 goals, as long as Nigeria keeps scoring, Uruguay can't catch them. Right? If Uruguay scores again, they got 4 goals for, and Nigeria has 5. So Uruguay still need 2 more goals to keep their World Cup hopes alive. And there is a highlight. It started with the Super Eagles, and it's a great ball to Ezebue. An even better ball across, and it's Emmanuel Dennis! Electric! And Nigeria have done it a second time. Surely now Uruguay have been eliminated. Emmanuel Dennis, what a header! What a ball by Ezebue. And it will be Nigeria and Ghana in the round of 16. A lovely derby tie. Is there more here for Nigeria? It's well taken down by Valverde. It's the long shot of all long shots now for Uruguay. They need 3 goals. Collins, well, they got to start somewhere. Araujo. A running ball towards De La Cruz, cleaned up by Collins. Adarabio. Wilfred Ndidi. Aribo. Emmanuel Dennis. Aribo. Okpaguma. It's Emmanuel Dennis. He's got space, and he's got a chance to attack, and that's malicious there. It's Varela's been sent off. And this is the end of Uruguay's World Cup dreams here. Nigeria's going to advance. The sending off concludes proceedings, really. Nigeria 2, Uruguay 2.
There's been a red card, but for who, Chris Kamara?
All of Uruguay, actually. All of Uruguay. Well, our first day of matches is done. Nigeria-Ghana is a match. That's going to be tremendously exciting. What a crazy ending there. Italy blows out Haiti. Qatar draws Austria, which keeps the Netherlands alive. And Ghana beating the Netherlands to top the group. Fenton, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate it. Steve-O, thank you for the 11 months. Rebby, thank you so much for the 16. Max, thank you for the 4. Buy the Haitian keeper. Probably not a bad idea. He did make a pretty amazing save. So the first day of matches in the books. Let's get to the second day of matches. What do you say? So our live sports happens from we have a save file where we watch the AFCON, the Gold Cup, the Euros, the Copa America, the Asian Cup, and we watch the World Cup. And so we keep that all in the same universe. So we simulated qualifying as well. And this is what we got. So let's see what we get for our next match day. Yeah, very good World Cup for Africa. They're 2 for 2 getting teams to the knockouts. The teams that missed that you would have thought had a pretty good chance were Uruguay and Austria. Those are the surprise teams that have not gone. And that's a credit to Haiti. I guess Nigeria would have gone through anyways if Uruguay won, but you know that match between Nigeria and Uruguay would have looked a lot different if Uruguay just had to win and not by 3 goals. Show the group again. It is Italy, Nigeria, Uruguay, Haiti. I think I actually picked that right. No one has both Group A and B right, so there's already no perfect bracket anymore. Well, that's because only 2 people got Group A right. So everybody but, out of over 300 people that picked off the sheet, only 2 people got Group A right. But I got Group B right, baby! And I also got 0 points from Group A. You know, there are some things that are important, and there's some things that aren't. Okay? I got Group B exactly right, and that's what's important. Group A isn't important? No, absolutely not. Obviously not. So you can get 0, 1, 2, or 4 points from a group. You get the whole group right, you get 4 points. If you get 3 of the teams right, you get 2 points. You can't get 3 of the teams right. I mean, because if you get 3 of the teams right, obviously the 4th team is in the right spot. So, yeah, you understand it. You learned along with me. I put it together very quickly. You get 2 of the teams right, you get 2 points. You get 1 of the teams right, you get 1 point, and so on and so forth. Just wanted to get it saved up. So let's see the first match that we have. The favorite will be obvious in either. It is Jamaica and France in an interesting group where France and Spain have 4 points. Ivory Coast has 3. Jamaica has none. But Jamaica played Spain tight. Spain beat Jamaica 2-1. Ivory Coast beat Jamaica 1-0 on an own goal after Jamaica had Damari Gray sent off. So Jamaica, the Reggae Boys, against the reigning world champions, the French. Clive, take it away. Well, the wager is up. Ellis, thank you so much for the prime. Maliev, thank you for the 11 months. The child is crawling now. First words was I think he wonders when you'll come home, Mr. Streamer. I understand that. That's a very important question to ask. France, understandably, going to get some monster wagers. Johnny's already thrown down 99,000 on France. But how about that guy Waldo? He's thrown 70,000 on Jamaica. That makes up well over 70% of the entire wager on Jamaica right now, which is incredible. Absolutely incredible. France getting 92% of the confidence to win in the wager, while Jamaica's getting just 10, 11%. France got 131 wagers, while Jamaica's got a 41. Of course, Jamaica very competitive in both their matches, while France has been, while not dominant, good enough. The draw with Spain, the win against Ivory Coast for France. And the Reggae Boys are all that stand between them and a guaranteed trip into the next round. Nobody in this group is clinched because all the different goal difference tomfoolery, but at least a draw will be good enough to put France into the knockout stages of the World Cup to try and defend their crown. Jamaica cannot make it through, but they can find themselves a famous result today. They've already scored at this World Cup their goal against Spain in the 93rd minute. That did still leave them coming up 1 goal short. Are we ready? I believe we are. The wagers are 2.8 million channel points have been laid down on France, while Jamaica's drawn nearly 400,000, 250,000 from Wagwan. The space has gone to France as well. That's the biggest wager on this game. The Reggae Boys from an island in the Caribbean against mighty France. It's Jamaica's 2nd ever World Cup. In the 2 boxes to tick. Can you get a point and can you score a goal? Jamaica's already scored. Can they get the point? Griezmann. And it's Varane! Sweeping in! Raphael Varane! His 2nd goal of the World Cup. He scored against Ivory Coast 4 days ago, and he has flown by one of the MLS best centre-backs But Lowe was no match for Raphael Varane. Lawrence Isaacs. And Jamaica's taken a shot to the mouth early. Lowe. Is there an opening here for Vassell? Vassell, Antonio, Demarai Gray! Jamaica will not go quietly into that good night. Suspended for the Spain match, Demarai Gray has returned and scored for his country. And he's taken it wonderfully from Michail Antonio. And this is a Jamaica attacking line that can really play at a top level as two Premier League players connecting with one another. And Jamaica has counterpunched France after the early Raphael Varane goal. N'Golo Kante, Adrien Rabiot, Griezmann, Koundé. The nerves back perhaps for the French just a bit as Koundé whips a ball in. It's bouncing around. Oh, and Camavinga's blocked by Daley Campbell. Andre Blake was sprawled out, and Daley Campbell just denies Camavinga in front of a beckoning open goal. Coman with the steal. It's still on for France perhaps. Camavinga ruining his miss, but he's played the ball to Theo Hernandez. It's a good one. Coman intercepted by Lowe. And Jamaica has survived a massive scare in a scramble play in front of the goal and has gotten it to half-time 1-1 with France. Therian, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. The second half is upon us. Of course, France absolutely spoilt for choice off the bench. Benzema's had a poor start to this game. Mbappe's lurking around there somewhere, getting rested for this game as France assuming they'd be able to get through with the team that was out there. Another goal from Jamaica spices things up for certain. Camavinga, Rabiot, Griezmann off the post! Tried to round Andre Blake and ran out of room. Now Kamar Roof. Oh, he's got the ball for Lowe. Lowe's behind. What's a tackle by Hernandez. Bold and had to be precise on a yellow. But what a moment that could have been. Daley Campbell. Jamaica's in a good position again. The Reggae boys have looked threatening. Vassell. And it's controlled by Kingsley Coman, and Benzema is just headed it along. Jamaica has kept France pinned back in their own zone. This is the magic of the World Cup. Is the world discovering that Jamaica can hang? Lowe. Lowe dances through one, through two. And you can hardly blame him for going for glory. It was a marauding run. But France, the hour is getting late now for the French. They likely need a win to finish top of the group. And a long throw read by Jules Koundé. Heinen. Dayo Upamecano. Teo. Pavard playing in front of that back line. Raphael Varane. Pavard. Rabiot. Kingsley Coman. France trying to build a winner, but Daley Campbell defending with passion. He's been fired up since he blocked that ball to an empty net in the first half. Griezmann. Griezmann towards Benzema. Back for Griezmann. This is quite something. And Antoine Griezmann with composure to break Jamaican hearts. He is still France's man for the big occasion. Got the header back and walked it in on Andre Blake. And the French are trying to top the group. They've gotten a real sturdy challenge from Jamaica. There's 10 minutes left for the Jamaicans to try and shake it up. They've brought in Roof and Bobby De Cordova-Reid. But those chances are just not falling for the Reggae boys anymore. They had a few looks, but that's it. It's France 2, Jamaica 1. And an incredibly respectable performance by Jamaica. They've lost to not only Spain 2-1, but France 2-1 as well. It is not enough, though. Jamaica will exit with no points and 3 one-goal losses, including their 1-0 defeat to the Ivory Coast. And that guarantees that France will be going to the knockout stages of the World Cup. They have guaranteed their passage. Now for the match that will determine everything. Spain and Ivory Coast. And Spain's on 4 points, Ivory Coast is on 3. What we know now is Ivory Coast has to win to go through. Spain obviously the favorite for wagering purposes. The Ivory Coast has to win. Spain needs a win or a draw to join France in the next round. And what we also now know is that goal difference is going to factor into this in an interesting way, especially when it comes to who's going to finish first. So France only won by a goal. That means that if Spain can find a way to win by 3 goals, they will be the top team in the group and will get the easier draw against whoever finishes second in Group D, whoever's likely to be behind England, which would be Mexico, Australia, one of those 2 teams. The other team is going to have to play England in the round of 16, which is not something you want the way the English have been playing right now. So the wager is up. Let's check on the progress of that wager. There's plenty of channel points in the pool. Is it Spain for a win or the Ivorian national team for a win or a draw? Ivory Coast looked brilliant in qualifying. They got all 18 points from their African group, ahead of Cameroon, who only had 10. And then they turned around a home defeat to Tunisia to beat Tunisia and send themselves to the World Cup after missing out in 2018. The Spanish, they won the World Cup in 2010 for the first time in history. Do they believe this team is good enough to do it again? They had a good run at the Euros, that's for certain. The wagers are not high on either side. There's some nerves in the wagering pool. FD, the largest wager at 66,000 plus for Spain. 60,000 on Ivory Coast from Brian Corner. 146 wagers on Spain, 79 wagers on the Ivory Coast. The odds on the Ivory Coast, 2.73 to 1, and now over 3 to 1 as we've got a big 90,000 wager from Radio Man. It's time to kick things off, though. Spain and Ivory Coast to complete Group C. Ivory Coast needs a win. A draw's not good enough. Spain, a win or a draw, and they are through. If Spain wins by 3 goals, they are top of the group and do not have to play, likely, England in the knockouts. At least initially. A pretty even pegging in the opening 20 minutes. The Ivorians with a late win against a Jamaica team that proved to be very difficult. Lost all 3 matches by just 1 goal. Even though... Oh, a turnover, and it's a Saleh! Oh, my! A flash and a moment for Ivory Coast that could have changed everything. And Saleh elected to go quickly. Perhaps the wrong choice. Ferran Torres. What a cut by Soler, and he scores! And it's a monster goal for Spain! And Carlos Soler. Ferran Torres finds him, and you have to ask questions about the goalkeeping here with no idea where he's wandered to. Tape, Ivory Coast in particular, has long had issues in the goalkeeping department, and that was poor. Carlos Soler just had to loop that into the corner, and he did with ease. And Ivory Coast now need 2 goals against a team that is famous for keeping the ball. Laporte. Pedri. On to Ansu Fati. He's got the pace. He's been defended well, though, by Ivory Coast. Forced back to Azpilicueta. Llorente. Koke's going to have one! Oh! Ho, ho! That is a goal and a half for Koke. He's picked out the corner. They outnumber Ivory Coast in the midfield, and that'll open up a chance like that. And Spain, with 2 first-half goals, will feel a lot more comfortable than they did at the beginning of this match. Ivory Coast has a long road to travel. It has a wealth of talented attacking options, but they're going to need to play the match of their life from this point forward. Carlos Soler has turned over. Fulgini back to Tape. Tape. It's gone for the long ball towards Raja Saleh, and it's taken by Azpilicueta. Ansu Fati. Ferran Torres turns it to Koke. Ansu Fati, they've cut open the defense, but Tape's interpretive goalkeeping has worked this time. He's cut off the ball and made the save to keep Ivory Coast in with a slim chance. But even though this has been a near-run thing analytically, it has been all Spain on the score sheet, 2-0. And the Spanish would need a catastrophe to knock them out of the knockout stages of this World Cup. And in the final 30 minutes, it does not look like the Ivory Coast is likely to provide that catastrophe. One more goal would surely do it for Spain. Azpilicueta. Rodrigo. Pedri, Rodri, Mingueza. Oyarzabal, Pedri! Saved by Tape. That is far too open for a man of Pedri's quality. And Spain's passing has given Ivory Coast fits around the box today. The Ivorians chasing the ball, not able to get hold of it. They have returned to the World Cup, and they've returned to the World Cup with a win against Jamaica. But that is all that Ivory Coast, it seems, will get from this World Cup experience, because Spain are going to the knockout stages in second position, meaning they are the likely matchup for England in the next round, the knockout stages. It's a progressive step for Ivory Coast, having missed the previous World Cup, to be back here again, to be competing against the world's best teams. But they're still one step away from those best Ivorian teams that could have really challenged anybody in the world. It was a good effort, but the goals were not there for les Éléphants. And there you go. France and Spain do go through. Nothing crazy to report. Ivory Coast finishes in third. Jamaica, with an insanely respectable, pointless tournament, finish in fourth with 1-goal defeats to France, Spain, and Ivory Coast. Oh, wow. A lot of people got that group right. Okay. 159 out of 305 people got that group right. Group D now, which the drama is England needs to beat Mexico and Australia needs to beat Senegal, and then it comes down to goal difference. We will see what happens there. But that's the only hope. Senegal's already been eliminated. They lost their first 2 matches to Mexico and England. And Australia survived by pulling out a draw against Mexico that really I didn't see coming. They scored 2 goals in the last 10 minutes, the Aussies, to keep the Socceroos' dreams alive. So let's see what the first match is. It's Australia and Senegal. The Aussies have to win in this match, but I believe Senegal will be the betting favorite. Senegal's 23rd in the world. Australia's definitely not. They're 42nd. So Senegal is the betting favorite, but the Aussies are playing with a chance to get in to the next round. So Senegal's going to be my first wrong prediction. I can feel it. Well, the wager is up. The money is going into the pool, the Bacone. And we've got a lot of money on Senegal. A team with 0 points winning a wager that convincingly is fun. Remember, Australia drew Mexico. Senegal did lose to Mexico 2-0. And it is leveling out a bit as I'm talking about it. A lot of money going into Senegal, though. It's 570,000 on Senegal, with the biggest wager being 70,000 channel points from Chimps and Cars. And we have, Australia's getting 35%, almost 3-1. They have 38,000 from Michter as the largest wager. That being said, more people have wagered on Australia. 121 to just 78 on Senegal, but people feel comfortable throwing more money at Senegal than they do at Australia. Which is a fascinating point. Senegal getting 59%. Largest wager has changed. Australia got 90,000 from Adam Boyd throwing it down. And more people have gone in on Senegal, 107 to 141. Australia still has more wagers, but is 2.5 to 1 on the odds. All right, Australia managing to keep itself alive and probably for the knockout stages has to beat Senegal by as many goals as they possibly can, and they're counting on England winning by a lot. Senegal getting 59, 58%, 59%. It's closing up now. We go to Clive for the conclusion of Group D. Here we are, Senegal, Australia. The Aussies, so challenging to put out on the world's biggest stage. They've done it again. They've kept themselves alive, and they've come out with a 4-2-3-1. Australia needs to win. Senegal playing for pride in their third ever World Cup. The Senegalese have qualified but fallen in their first two matches and are out of a chance to make it into the knockout stages. But they can ruin Australia's day and really provide some help to the other group with Mexico in there. Oh, it's this Malassar! Saved by Matty Ryan. What a pass. I mean, really, really exceptional ball there. Got no idea where it's gone. There we go. You just go back. It was Dia. No, it wasn't. Here's the highlight. Who made that pass? Was it Dia? Yes, it was. Dia with an incredible ball to Ismail Issa, and he can really hardly believe he hasn't scored. Matty Ryan with the big save for Australia, who were down 2 goals to Mexico and surely looked out of it before they scored twice in the last 10 minutes to peg back Mexico. Aaron Moy. It's a lofty ball headed away towards Dia. Senegal, one of the dark horses for this tournament. They'll be disappointed to be out before the final match day for certain. Mendy, Ghana, Touré. It's a tough touch on the end line, but he's got room to move. Touré to Indao! And Alassane Indao is scored for Senegal! It might have been a disappointing tournament so far, but Senegal has showed its quality. Touré, excellent move. Indao acrobatically through the middle. And Australia is up against it again, seemingly surely out. They're going to need more of that Aussie magic to keep themselves alive in this tournament. But Senegal are playing to finish third place. They're playing to get a win at the World Cup, and that's hard to take away. Dakar is rapturous. Melbourne is nervous. The second half is upon us. Senegal have had the better chances, but it has been fairly close overall. Australia certainly in the game, and of course they had that late comeback against Mexico. They need a similar result today. They need 2 goals, and they need them in the last 30 minutes to put pressure on Mexico. Are they going to get it in these last 20 minutes now? Senegal is seeing this match out like an experienced team. 10 minutes. This is when Australia did it last time. But my goodness me, does it look like Senegal's just going to hold on to this. Australia cannot create the chances it needs, and Senegal has won. And that clinches Mexico and England into the round of 16. The Senegalese have been eliminated, but in style, with 3 points against the Socceroos of Australia. There was simply one chance. It was limited, to say the least, but the other match, England and Mexico, simply the greatest team in the history of Football Manager, the English, against the Mexican national team that once again has made it to the round of 16 at a World Cup, which is a hilarious streak of now 7 consecutive World Cups that Mexico will be appearing in the round of 16, thanks to Senegal's win against the Socceroos. If Mexico wins this match against England, Mexico will be the #1 team out of this group. The reward for that is Spain. If you finish second in the group, you play France. So to be perfectly honest, which one do you want more? Neither is probably your answer, but Mexico would take the derby against Spain, I'm sure, and the pride of winning against England. The English, they're top of the group, 2 wins from 2. They've beaten Senegal, they've beaten Australia 5-0. Back in the opening match of this tournament. And the wager has come in. England is catching 90% of the wagers. 250,000 from Ragwan, the space, has gone on to England, while 25,000 from Willy Water Polo has gone to Mexico. 101 wagers on England, 71 wagers on Mexico here with 43 seconds left in the poll. Mexico getting nearly 5-1 to win or draw in this match. A draw does keep England top of the group, so that's not a result that they're particularly afraid of, the English. But they'd love to win. They'd love to keep the momentum going. 170,000. Oh my goodness, Mr. Paddington Bears put 170,000 on Mexico. That is a king-making wager on a Mexico win or draw on 5-1 odds. Here we go. Mexico and England. Los Ticos against the 3 Lions. And Mexico's come out in a 4-3-3, so has England. With Raúl Jiménez leading the line for Mexico, Harry Kane leading the line for the English. Is this the time that Mexico takes that next step? Their win against Senegal was a really good-looking one. They survived Australia as well. On to Harry Kane. Be a good person. Misses, probably rightfully so. "20 minutes into the match now. And without, one chance for the English wing, there's really nothing else on. Acevedo. Send it aloft towards Jimenez. Ben White's brought it down. Bukayo Saka. Raheem Sterling. Boy, wasn't Raheem the dream, the hero in the last match against Senegal. Saka on towards be a good person. And this is just your friendly reminder to be a good person. The English lead 1-0. Got a natural little boo. Hooray for the English, though. They've got the lead. There they are. "43rd minute now. It's Andres Guardado, the captain. Floated towards Hector Herrera. Irving Lozano. Towards Aguirre. Guardado, the ageless Guardado. Mexico now needs 2 goals to finish top of the group. Hector Herrera. Back towards Alexander-Arnold and Maguire. Got the ball clear now, Ward-Prowse. It's going to be some space for Raheem Sterling. And White. And Bukayo Saka. Whistles it in, and naturally, he's probably going to score 8 goals today. But it doesn't change the fact that he's an awful guy. And a really, 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 really awful guy. Boo! England on the other end, though, the really terrible defending from Sanchez there, has the 2-0 lead against Mexico. Ward-Prowse onto the slab head, and there you go. Harry Maguire needed that. He really, really needed that. The slab head needed a real boost of confidence. He's glanced one off the fingertips of Acevedo. Mexico's well and truly been run off the pitch here by the English today. England's looked the better side. They've been precise. They've avoided the mistakes that Mexico has made at the back. And the Mexican national team looks as though it will be taking on France in the knockout stages. The English will be going through with 9 points, a 3-0 victory. And the slabhead Harry Maguire doing the Lord's work on the back line for the English. And Mexico well and truly beaten today. And a very precise performance. Jay, guys, thank you so much for the 3 months on the Prime. Editor Chris, thank you for the 3 months. Collins for the 7. I will take a moment to say that this save was obviously made before all of the allegations came out. All of the really weird, chilling evidence came out. And so it is more difficult than you'd think to remove somebody from a database. So we have changed the name. That was... That is why that is a thing. There we go. Well, Group D is done. England's finished with 9 points. They are top of the group, which is good news for them. Mexico survives thanks to Senegal. Their win over Senegal is honestly what makes the difference. They failed to beat Australia, which is why they had to wait it out nervously in the first place. But the opportunity was there if Australia had managed to win by 4, which did not happen, which, you know, unfortunate for Australia. Yeah, I think I can edit retire him. Yeah, I'll edit retire him after the tournament. Yeah, a lot of people had a lot of different ways to go about it. You make him bad or whatever. I'm going to go make him all 1 so that he doesn't do anything the rest of the tournament. That seems like a good thing to do. That places England at a slight disadvantage, but let's be honest, they probably need a handicap. That seems like a pretty solid solution. Cool. Change the CA. Oh, yeah, because it'll change. It'll, like, go back or whatever. There we go. That solves that problem, because I would like to be able to watch this World Cup without having to, like, not root for the English team. Obviously, that's just not fun. Well, this has been a very fun start to the World Cup overall. I'm glad we figured out a proper solution. How have you guys done with your picks so far? Your wagers? How have you felt? Did you get the right in? Anybody go a perfect 16 for 16, I believe it would be, right? 8 for 8. No, it'd be an 8 for 8. You going 8 for 8? Anybody go 8 for 8? Not 16. Nobody went 8 for... Okay, yeah. Well, nobody got a I know nobody got a perfect pick, because after the first 2 groups, it was already toasted, because Ghana finishing above the Netherlands on top of the group was not something we expected. Only bet on 5, but I got them all right. Jamaica screwed me. Hey, that was close. You almost got a lot of points there. Now, this really is me. Got an 0 for 8, so that's pretty solid. That's a yikes for me, dog. I can check that. Oh, if anybody actually wagered and got all of the, like, wagered on every game and got it right, that'd be very hard to do. There were a lot of tight games. Except for Haiti. Got huge points from Ghana. Well, that's one way to start it. Qatar and Ghana mess with me. Yeah. A lot of people got afraid to pick, I think, over these two. Is Qatar, no, I mean, how is Qatar going to pull that off? But of course they do. And then Ghana beats the Netherlands. Not just draws, beats the Netherlands. Thanks to Jordan Ayew. Would have been 8 for 8 with an Ivory Coast win or draw. 7 for 8 on wagers. Dang it, Senegal. Yeah, I mean, Australia kept it close. They just, wow, they looked punchless. You know, we didn't get a key highlight from them. Oh, if someone got the top 2, I'd be surprised even if they did that. Anyways, we will finish the World Cup on Friday. I'm going to save it up right now. I'm saving it up right now. We will finish the World Cup on Friday. Champions League is about to kick off, and you know your boy needs to go watch it and go tweet about it. But we are going to raid somebody. So even if you're going to go watch the Champions League, do stick around. For the raid, so we can go make somebody's day here. And whose day are we going to make? How about this person? The lighting is the mood here. Let's go make this guy's day. Let's go make this guy's day here. The lighting, you got to check it out. The lighting is an absolute mood. It is a mood. And if you haven't seen the video from today, we did drop the latest Reddit memes video. It is the edgiest memes in the edgiest FM memes in the solar system. It's very edgy. Check it out. It's the hardest I've ever laughed making a meme video. The hardest I've ever laughed. So if you haven't seen it, thank you guys for all the subs. Jay Guess, thank you for the 3 months. And thank you to the gifted subs. I know Fierce Pierce dropped 25, Fenton dropped 5. We got another batch of 5 gifted earlier. I really appreciate that. Is it Jonas? I don't know. Whoever you were, thank you very much. Thank you for the gifted subs. Thank you to everybody that subscribed. We love doing the live sports. I'm glad you guys enjoy them. Let's have a fun raid or copy pasta. Oh, this copy pasta. I'll see you tomorrow. Network game is going to be earlier. Keep your eyes trained on the schedule updates. Hey, Pompilius, thank you. All right, word of the day. The word of the day is bemused.
Bemused.
To bewilder or to confuse, the contestant seemed somewhat bemused by the question, however, she gave the correct answer. B-M-U-S-E. Cool. Catch you at the end of another stream for another word of the day.